Absolutely picture-perfect Southern California afternoon for baseball. Los Angeles Angels baseball is on the air today. The series finale between the AL Eastern Division leading Boston Red Sox and your Los Angeles Angels. Welcome inside on a perfect day for baseball with Mark Gubas. I'm Matt Vasgersian, Jose Mota with us as well. This has really been a great series. The Red Sox take the opener, a close game on Monday night. The Angels come back with a series-tying victory yesterday, setting us up for the finale today. And let me get this right. Shohei Ohtani went 7 innings on the mound yesterday, made 4 plate appearances, had an RBI double. We were pretty sure he was going to get a blow today. He's back in there this afternoon.
Matt, by the way, it does feel like a playoff series, and Cal Ripken Jr. would be proud of Shohei Ohtani swinging the bat like he did last night, throwing 7 innings, 89 pitches, 65 strikes, RBI double. Shohei Ohtani doing all the extra base hits has been galore this year for Shohei Ohtani. On base there for a while before scoring on that home run by Max Stassi, but what he did on the mound against a very good, potent lineup, 1 through 9. No walks in the game, 4 strikeouts. Mentioned 89 pitches, 65 of them strikes. A lot of energy spent there, even a lot of energy spent with that bases loaded swing and trying to hit a grand slam. So impressive that he wanted to be in the lineup. He said it last night, and here he is today.
In there DHing, batting second against Sox left-hander Eduardo Rodriguez tonight. There is another great story happening with the Angels as well. It's not just the Ohtani show, because David Fletcher has put together a majestic hitting streak. He tries to continue today. Jose Mota has more on that. Hi, Jose.
Hey, Matty. Yes, he continues to be a great story for this ball club. Consider that David Fletcher, when moved out to the number 9 spot, hit .333 in 35 games. Well, Upton is out. Fletcher, get back to the top and do your thing. He is not slowed down. Steady, stealthy, grinding Fletch, the one that we know now with a 20-game hitting streak, 14th time in Angels history, longest since Kendris El Bambi Morales from Cuba did it back in 2009. But we see the spread here. Not only is he hitting the ball the other way, protecting with 2 strikes, he is clutch in every single way manner that you want. You want him pretty much in every situation offensively for your ball club. And you know what about Fletch too, Matty? I know you like these. Day games, 302 average, 348 on base. I'll take that anytime from the Fletch.
One of a number of Angels that love to play in the sunshine, and there's plenty of it this afternoon. When we come back, the starting lineups and the opening pitch, it's the series finale. Red Sox and Angels coming up next.
The first time, it was Monday. And since 1965, there have been close to 75,000 selections in the MLB Draft. Live coverage of the 2021 MLB Draft begins Sunday at 6 Eastern on MLB Network and MLB.com.
Liner, and it falls in. And that's a strikeout. To the warning track. It's out of here. He struck him out swinging, and he lines one. It's gone.
Mike Trout. People know he's one of the greatest players this game's ever seen.
Meet Mike Trout.
Can run.
He's
field,
watching MLB Network.
He's one of the nicest people you're ever going to meet.
Because that's what baseball fans do.
And he's also got tremendous show hair with his hat off.
Welcome back. It has been a great series here with the Red Sox. Boston taking the opener. Kike Hernandez snatching back a homer. The Angels denied a chance to win it late on a couple of close plays, and Boston sneaks out a 5-4 win yesterday. The Angels even up the series. 7 outstanding innings on the mound by Shohei Ohtani. Max Stassi swatting a 2-run first inning homer. The Angels survive a little late push by Boston. They get a great defensive play by Juan Lagares, and they even up the series at 1 win apiece. It sets up Andrew Heaney and the Halos to try to snatch a series away from the team with the American League's best record. And here's how Alex Cora aligns the Red Sox this afternoon at the stadium. It'll be Kike Hernandez, Alex Verdugo, and J.D. Martinez to lead it off. Martinez had a big day yesterday, driving in 2 of the 3 Boston runs. Bogarts and Devers, both all-stars this year, as for the first time ever, the Red Sox send a shortstop and a third baseman to start in the Midsummer Classic. Hunter Renfroe homered yesterday. He's in right field batting 6th. Christian Arroyo, Christian Vasquez, and the big hitting first baseman Bobby Dahlbeck round things out for Boston. It is Andrew Heaney on the mound for the Halos this afternoon, coming off a start on Tuesday at Yankee Stadium, in which he lasted only 3 innings. 4-6 on the year as Andrew makes career start number 99 in his Angels career today.
Yeah, just looking to turn around those last 3 starts. My go-tos for Heaney to turn that around and have a solid game here this afternoon. Was work ahead of the hitters all day long. 1-0 counts, slugging .469. 0-1 when he's ahead. It's a .308. And below the zone tilt on his curveball. When he does that, he gets a lot of swing and miss and whiffs. 37.8% whiff rate, 25 strikeouts with his curveball.
Yeah, eager to put that start on Tuesday behind him. Andrews actually endured a couple of starts this year in which he has yielded 7 earned runs. His first start of the season and his most recent. The 12 in between have been pretty good, to the tune of an ERA under 4. Here's Kike Hernandez to lead things off in the Boston half of the first. Sun-splashed afternoon at the stadium, and we are underway here today. Andrew Heaney's first pitch of the ball game is in for a strike. Hernandez, Verdugo, and Martinez for Boston. Red Sox at 54-33. They lead Major League Baseball in wins. They've got sole possession of the AL's best record, and are headed home after this one today for a 3-game weekend series with the Phillies. Angels also hitting the road after this homestand finale. 3 up in Seattle starting on Friday night, and that's how both teams get into the All-Star break. A ball and 2 strikes on Kike Hernandez now.
Andrew Heaney loves to try to ride that fastball just above the strike zone on an 0-2 count. He also has that good little fade changeup. Might be able to set it up now.
1-2 pitch is also fouled off. Yeah, you know, the 4-seam fastball for Heaney is a pitch, Gooby, that he's throwing with increasing frequency, but not so much with increasing success of late.
Yeah, when he gets his fastball, Matt, in this strike zone, his best success is that upper third or just above that. When it drifts down in the strike zone, that baseball has been hit hard.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Take a look at some of the numbers by month in the season. Fastball usage coming up. Hard hit percentage also coming up, and he's allowed 3 homers on that pitch in each of the first 3 months of the season. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count to Hernandez.
See, that's the fastball there that has a tendency to get hit. Even though it's 93, he has a good deception with it. He hides the baseball extremely well. But when it's in the zone, especially the lower part of the strike zone, it's been hit hard. When he gets hitters to chase above the strike zone, that's when he gets his swing and misses. It has that riding type action. Good spin on his 4-seam fastball.
Hernandez battling. It's still a 2-ball, 2-strike count. We'll set the Angels defense for you in a moment, and it's a full count now to start the ball game. There are a number of hitters in the Boston lineup that have had a little bit of success against Heaney in a small sample size in the past. Those same hitters also have very big daytime numbers, and it's not like they're any secret. I mean, you look at the Red Sox, and Bogaerts, Devers, and Martinez are their 3 best bats in any situation. And there's ball 4 to Hernandez. Let's check that defense behind Andrew Heaney this afternoon. Starting in the outfield, where Phil Gosselin, also a great daytime performer, gets the nod in left. Lagares had the big catch yesterday. Taylor Ward in right. In the infield for the Angels today, Rengifo, Iglesias, Fletcher, and Walsh. And it's Kurt Suzuki back behind the plate today after a night off yesterday.
As well as Fletcher has been swinging the bat of late. His defense has been outstanding. Also, .989 fielding percentage at second base, has turned 39 double plays this year alone.
Leadoff hitter aboard to start the ball game. Here's Alex Verdugo now. Verdugo, a non-starter on Monday in the opener, went 1 for 4 yesterday. A part of the Red Sox overall success this year, as Verdugo one-hops it to Fletch to Iglesias for 1 easy turn of the double play.
Seventh double play turn behind Andrew Heaney. Now 40 double plays involved with David Fletcher at second base. That ball was hit hard by Verdugo. Quickly over to Jose Iglesias for 6-3 double play. Well done. Good feed. Able to get out of the way of the runner. And Kike wasn't even able to get into a slide.
Well, Iglesias had plenty of time there. He got to throw a changeup to first base to finish a double play. Kind of a nice change of pace. Here's J.D. Martinez now. 1 for 3 with 2 runs batted in yesterday. He has reached base safely in 24 in a row. And now that Xander Bogaerts' streak is over after a hitless game yesterday, Martinez has the longest active streak in Major League Baseball. Big swing and miss. Getting ready to talk about this before the double play ball as a part of Boston's good overall record, Gooby. They've been really good on the road this year. Major League best 27-16 away from Fenway Park. Hasn't always been the case with good vintages of Red Sox teams.
Yeah, you always think of they're always built for that stadium power. Not necessarily guys that can run and with a lot of speed, but you're thinking of guys that peppering that green monster if you're a left-handed batter, guys that try to lift and pull if you're a right-handed batter. Over the years, just playing against them, they always had guys in the outfield that played deep when they're on the road and didn't hit as well because they were used to hitting those fly balls and they were getting out.
And a swing and a miss by Martinez. Nothing despite the leadoff walk. Underway at home this afternoon.
Nerds. My new money goal?
My new money goal?
We've got money goals.
Buy a place closer to my family down south.
Invest in Black-owned companies.
Invest in green companies.
Invest for my daughter's future and my retirement at the same time.
Have a better credit card
than her.
Whatever your money goals, NerdWallet knows the smartest ways to make them happen. Compare and find the smartest credit cards, mortgages, and investing accounts on NerdWallet. For all your money questions, turn to the nerds.
When we started our company, we simply wanted better sheets. But along the way, we realized that softer, safer, organic cotton does so much more for the planet and for humanity. It helps your home become a force for good, because home is more than just an address. Home is our soul. Boll & Branch, organic sheets, bath, and home. Right now, try for 30 nights risk-free and get free shipping at bollandbranch.com.
Scoreless start to the ball game, authored by Andrew Heaney, and here's how Joe Madden aligns the Halos in Game 3 of the series this afternoon. David Fletcher looking to pick up that 20-game hitting streak, leading things off. Ohtani and Walsh follow. Gosselin, Iglesias, and Suzuki 4 through 6. Taylor Ward, Juan Lagares, and the switch-hitting third baseman this afternoon, Luis Rengifo, round things out. It is a 28-year-old southpaw Erod, Eduardo Rodriguez, on the mound for Boston today. Not only great in his last assignment on Friday, he's been very good over his last 3 starts, a 2.50 ERA.
Good power fastball, and he'll throw that a lot. 67% between his 2 and 4, and cutter. My go-tos to be successes. Bring those fastballs down in the strike zone for power. He tries to get you to chase above the zone, even with his cutter. And success the 3rd time through. Batting average jumps up considerably and gives up a lot more runs 3rd time through.
Talked about Rodriguez's good start on Friday in Oakland. 6 shutout innings, allowed just 1 hit, struck out 6, but could not factor in the decision. It was an extra innings win for Boston that night up in Oakland. 1 ball and 1 strike to David Fletcher, coming off a perfect 4-for-4 night yesterday, and again trying to pick up a 20-game hitting streak this afternoon. That might just do it. Vintage Fletch, a doink into left center field. Statcast hates him. 21 in a row for Fletcher.
He's not going to be at the top as far as exit velocity and that hard hit rate. Actually, he's at the top of that as far as the low part of it. But you know what? Base hit after base hit for Fletch. 21 games now for Fletch.
Five for his last 5 in the series, and more importantly, it puts a base runner aboard for Shohei Ohtani. RBI number 68 coming yesterday in his first plate appearance, an RBI double that was a part of the 3-run first. Ohtani sends it into the same spot. Back-to-back pitches, back-to-back doinks, and the Halos have runners at 2nd and 3rd as Ohtani very wisely gets to second base on a wonky throw to 3rd.
I mean, look how impressive it is for Shohei Ohtani. He reads that throw. Aggressive base running for David Fletcher to go 1st to 3rd on a little flare by Shohei Ohtani. Just the opposite. Every time Shohei hits a baseball, it usually is crushed. That fell in there nicely. Hey, they got their sand wedges working really good here today. And Shohei able to get in the scoring position himself. Good start here for the Halos right away against Boston. And that's a frustrating moment if you're a pitcher. 2 guys in scoring position, they have not hit a ball hard yet.
Yeah, hang with him.
Scream at her, hey, hang with him.
Yeah. 2nd and 3rd on back-to-back pitches. 2 flares that have put Eduardo Rodriguez in trouble right out of the gate. So a big opportunity early for Jared Walsh, who will take a strike.
Well, you can hear the nature boy Ric Flair going woo all the way through with those little flares.
Walsh was 1 for 4 yesterday, his only hit in the series coming last night. '21 in a row for Fletch, and Walsh bounces it to second. Arroyo lays out to make the play. It's enough to bring Fletcher in to score the game's first run. RBI number 62 for Jared, and it's 1-0 Halos.
That's why baseball at times is so unfair. Walsh hits the ball the hardest of the 3, hits it right on the money. Arroyo makes a nice play on the backhand to prevent 2 runs from scoring, but he gets the job done. Good situational hitting, bringing home the first run of the game. That ball was hit hard in the outfield grass. Quickly he's got to turn around and make the throw to first. Arroyo, but now the infield in for Goslin.
First pitch to Phil misses outside. Goslin 1 for 4 yesterday, and if you believe in day-night splits, and if there's any trend there, and I'm one that does, then Phil Goslin is a guy to watch this afternoon. He is 18 for 35 in the sunshine this year. And Rodriguez catches a strike. It's 1-1.
And an OPS of 1,013. 1,014, I should say, versus left-handed pitching. Batting average of .413 for Phil Goslin. Loves lefties.
Oh, look out, boy.
Only Shohei gets out of the way of that one.
I mean, that catch in an ankle, that's a bad scene. A ball and 2 strikes. Yeah. Hot shot.
He's got every skill imaginable.
He really does. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Is Shohei, does he have something in his right hand? He wears different gloves when he's on base. Talked about that a little bit yesterday. Is he holding something in his hand?
That thing's a little bit, there's a little more padding in there to make sure he protects that throwing hand.
Got it. Full count to Gosselin now, 3-2. It's the kind of day that Phil Gosselin likes. Likes to swing it in the afternoon. Jose Iglesias on deck. Likes to swing it against left-handed starters. A run-in runner at third with 1 gone. The full count pitch home, and Phil spoils that away to see another pitch.
That's good at bat just to fight now and all. That was a pretty solid pitch by Rodriguez. With this offense for the Red Sox, you know, in a day game here, you want to keep scoring and keep adding on and keep putting pressure on the staff of the Red Sox.
And Gosselin has an RBI single. 2-0 Halos.
Where's Walsh at in that dugout going, wait a minute, I'm the one to hit the ball hard and I got nothing to show for it. I did get an RBI, but 3 other hits. Well placed by the Halos here.
You know, if we didn't have to pay the massive rights fees to Apple EMI Records, we could play the Beatles Day Tripper every time Phil Gosselin steps up to the plate in the afternoon, because this dude loves the sunshine, man. RBI knock. He's now 19 for 36 in afternoon games.
Wait, right in tune there.
Here's Iglesias. 2-0 Angels.
Although Goose like to fly during the day.
That's right. Jose yesterday starting at shortstop as per usual. A single and an RBI, part of a pretty good series for Iglesias. He has saved some of his better efforts the past couple of years for the team that brought him to the big leagues. In fact, he has hit safely in 8 straight games he's appeared in against the Red Sox, and is a career .310 hitter against Boston. It's a nice way to start the afternoon. A 2-0 lead, sunshine.
By the way, all 3 hits for the Angels in this inning, less than 80 miles per hour exit velocity. Jared Walsh, exit velocity 105. And going to my Hyundai key for the game today. I know you're going to like this one, Matty. The cars, just what I needed. Hey, just making some contact, well-placed baseballs. Already a couple runs in the game here for the Halos as they try to add on here with Kurt Suzuki at the plate. This solid defense, double play turn. Whatever it takes, what it needs to get that W and win this series against the Red Sox.
Suzuki a non-starter yesterday. First pitch to him here is a chopper to third for Devers. That will retire the side, not before 2 runs score. Back-to-back singles on the first 2 pitches of the game set the table, and it's 2-0 Angels.
Looking for dinner made easy? Move over meal prep and make way for pre-chopped and pre-portioned ingredients. Hit the road hard to follow recipes and say hello to easy breezy meals. Peace out, pile of dishes, and welcome easy cleanup. Well, hello there, Home Chef. Home Chef oven ready meals, pre-chopped and pre-portioned recipes without the prep or mess. Visit homechef.com for $60 off. Home Chef, delicious meat simple.
This is cellulose acetate, a plant-based material that's not only extremely durable, but also quite flexible, making it ideal for Warby Parker glasses, which, by the way, start at $95, including prescription lenses. Try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com. Oh yeah, about those prescription lenses. Warby Parker glasses come standard with custom-cut polycarbonate lenses that have been treated with scratch-resistant and anti-reflective coatings. Nice. Try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com.
Andrew Heaney on the mound with a nice, comfortable lead right off the gate for the Angels with him. And Heaney doing a deep dive on him. The ground balls are big. We saw that play very nicely in that first inning, the double play over Dougal. 31%. MLB average is 44. Got it at the right time. 14 home runs, only 5 here at home. Got to be dangerous here, obviously, during the day. And I like the K ratio, 29% career best. And in honor of, let's see, Matt likes the Mickey Lolich, Jim Cobb mentioned, the Sox for Heaney.
I like it.
Rengifo, Lagares, the Goose, Fletch, all because of him.
Heaney back to work in the second. It'll be Bogaerts, Devers, and Renfroe here for the Red Sox. 2-0 lead for Andrew to go to work with here early on. Xander Bogaerts hitless in the series. And in fact, in going hitless yesterday without reaching base, lost his 29-game streak in which he had reached base safely. That was the longest in the league.
He has a swing that can fool you. I mean, smooth, steady, moving and transferring weight, but boy, he is so consistent year after year.
It's a guy that's not even 30 years old. 400 extra base hits before getting to age 29. And you are in a Hall of Fame roll call there with Williams, Doer, Yaz, and Rice.
And Heaney staying fastballs with him. He said 340 versus fastball. League average 261.
2-1 to Bogaerts. That's out to shallow right. Over for it is Ward for out number 1.
Got him out in front on a changeup after some fastballs. Good pitch, even though it was up a little bit more than he probably wanted, but it was the speed of the pitch gets a lazy fly ball out for Heaney against Bogaerts. Big out.
I've had this conversation with Bruce Hines before. We talk about home runs and the ball carrying so well when we relate it during the day, but balls like that are going to carry, so you want to make sure you stay behind a little bit longer if you have to in the outfield because of the heat. Good read there by Taylor Ward.
Here's Rafi Devers now. He's hit safely in 8 straight after a 1-for-4 game yesterday. Big, wild swing on a first pitch.
Who swings harder, Devers or Ohtani?
That's a good question. Right?
Yeah.
They've got stuff that can measure that, right? That blast motion thing that you can put on the knob of a bat, tell you the force of a swing, and give you all the metrics, all the data.
Yes.
Both of them are up there as far as the hard hit rate this year. Shohei Ohtani and Rafael Devers, best in baseball. With those swings like that, that's where you're seeing that hard hit rate. 56.9 for Shohei, 55.6 for Devers.
A little excuse me foul ball. Now it's 1-2.
Matt, the device you talk about, Carlos Correa is the one that really started promoting that a few years back.
Yeah, a lot of amateur players use devices like that one. There are a few of them out on the market now. Ball and 2 strikes, the count at Devers. Rafi Devers, one of the 5 All-Star selections for the Red Sox this year. And that was based on the original roster, not players that will be replacing injured players.
Oh, that's a good pitch.
And a called strike 3. Second punch out of the game for Heaney.
Paints a 92-mile-an-hour fastball after seeing so many high fastballs from Andrew Heaney. Lower third, right on the corner, freezes Devers. Good spot. Not looking for that. Nice job by Kurt Suzuki just presenting that pitch in the strike zone and keeping the glove there.
2 gone now for Hunter Renfroe. Renfroe homered for the 13th time this year last night, and he's behind 0-1. Former Padre and Tampa Bay Ray, who has proven to be a very shrewd acquisition in Boston. He's been terrific defensively as well. The Red Sox as a team have more outfield assists than any other team in the league. And Renfroe's a big part of that. He has almost half of their 28.
I remember talking to Alex Cora when they first signed Renfroe in the offseason, Matt, and he was applauding that move. And he said he's going to be a hungry player and going to feed off the environment, especially in Fenway in the AL East again.
One of those guys who in Tampa was used as a platoon player because Tampa's big on platoon advantages. Renfroe played almost exclusively against left-handed pitching. But he is out there more or less every day for the Red Sox. 2-2 now.
And what is not an easy right field to play either at home.
He's really, really good on non-fastballs this year. Slugging .584 non-fastball. This is a non-fastball count for Heaney.
Chopper to shortstop. Iglesias backs up. Long throw is in. Plenty of time to get him. And they go down in order against Heaney in the second. Still 2-0 Angels.
The first time, it was Monday. And since 1965, there have been close to 75,000 selections in the MLB Draft. Each one representing promise, potential, and hope. This year, for the first time, the MLB Draft will be part of All-Star Weekend, showcasing the dreamers as they shoot for the stars. Live coverage of the 2021 MLB Draft begins Sunday at 6 Eastern on MLB Network and MLB.com.
A beautiful afternoon for baseball at the stadium today. A 2-0 lead for the Angels. Welcome back. The homestand finale today. And how does the best player in baseball stay the best player in baseball even when he's spending time on the shelf? Still studying the game. As Mike Trout is with Shohei Ohtani and Ippei. Taylor Ward leads things off against Eduardo Rodriguez in the home second, and there's one gone. You know, ordinarily, Gooby, we might see a shot like that in a different time and say, I wonder if they're looking at scouting reports or video of the opponents or what, because the rules weren't in place as they are now as to what kind of content could be allowed on those devices in the dugout. It's only baseball stuff. They're not shopping on Amazon this afternoon.
Not getting to that. See, Trouty could be helping Ohtani with what to look for that next at bat against Rodriguez. Remember, he got a base hit, but he did get that good part of the bat against him. So just that little information that Trouty's giving him there, it's great. How great is it going to be, by the way, when those two are back together, hopefully right after the All-Star break?
Yeah. Good returns as Mike's rehab from the calf injuries coming along. He's been swinging the bat, and nothing but positive steps forward. Here's Juan Lagares now. 0-1 the counter with Lagares, who was one of the defensive heroes yesterday, if not the defensive hero. A homer-saving catch that would have flipped the score and put the Angels behind. A ball and a strike from Rodriguez.
Boy, lately the quotes from Trout about Shohei Ohtani have been hilarious. And this the conversation was about home run derby and how many is he going to hit and everything about what things Shohei can't do. And Trouty just kind of shrugs his shoulder and goes, I think he can do pretty much anything.
Hey, let's take you back to the catch from yesterday, and I didn't like my call on it, so I'm going to pretend I'm live right now. There's a drive out to right center. Oh, that ball ain't gone because we got one. That makes it a 4-3 game if Lagares doesn't make the catch, and then who knows? Maybe Ohtani's out of the game in the 6th, and it's a completely different scenario.
Yeah, I mean, that changed. It changed everything. I like your first call too, though. I did.
Yeah, Matty, it was good.
I went home and grinded. I was like, oh man, I should have gone Nipsey Russell rhyme on that. That's just way better.
Made me think of Juan Gonzalez.
2 balls and 2 strikes. The count to Lagares.
Well, he's done some incredible things out in the outfield for the Angels, and even when Mike Trout comes back, you're going to see Juan Lagares playing some right field too. I mean, he's an outstanding defender. That makes your outfield defense so much better.
Just had a great suggestion in my ear. No matter how far that ball is, we got Lagares.
I'm going to start calling you the Riddler.
No, that's where it stops. No, sorry everybody. 2 gone.
Riddle me this, man.
Base is empty for Luis Rengifo. Eduardo Rodriguez looking to get it back on track after the 2 flares and then a sac fly and an RBI single led to 2 runs in the first inning today. Nothing like closing out a homestand with a victory, especially if it means taking 2 out of 3 from the winningest team in the sport.
But Jansen an outstanding homestand before going up to finish off the first half up in Seattle. Chance go 5-1. Seattle's been playing really, really good baseball. 4 games over 500.
Yeah, the Mariners really flying below the radar as one of the most improved teams in the game, certainly in the American League. And getting on the road, always tough to play in Seattle for a number of reasons. It's been good at home, however. And, you know, if you go back to mid-May, and specifically go back to May 23rd, and the Angels are playing the A's. Angels had at the time lost the first 2 games of the series. They're on the verge of being swept. A's are up 4-0 in the finale. Dylan Bundy got knocked out early. Sean Manaea was in the midst of a good game. The Angels clawed their way back, took the lead in the 8th, ended up winning the game, and they've been one of the best home teams in the sport ever since. That win kind of keyed a whole new gear here at home. They are 15-6 at Angel Stadium since that day.
And even when you look at that day, that's Mike Trout had already been out of the lineup at that point, yet they're still playing exceptional baseball here at the Big A. I know Trouty would love to be up in Seattle. His numbers up in Seattle are off the charts.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Rengifo, trying to turn the lineup card over for Fletcher, who waits next. 2 gone, bases empty. That's going to be a tough play for somebody. Devers bare hands, throws it away, and Rengifo's safe at first.
Even if with a good throw, they're not getting Rengifo out at first base. It'd be infield hit, another baseball not squared up, but on base, making contact.
I don't know. I think even if the throw's on line, I think Rengifo beats that out. I also think this is turning into the kind of game where the Angels are just trashing StatCast. 2 flares, an infield knock.
Yeah, when Shohei has an exit velocity on a hit of under 80 miles an hour, there is something odd going on here today.
And here's Fletch, who has already extended his career best hitting streak by running it to 21 in a row with a first pitch single in the bottom of the first inning. Here's another thing to keep your eye on for Fletch. Not only the consecutive games with a hit. How about this, Gooby? He has hits in his last 6 plate appearances now.
He's always going to put the ball in play. He's going to force the defense to make a play. And you look at the way the defense is set up. This is about as straight up as a defense as you'll see in baseball. Every infielder's in their normal positions. Renfroe is playing a little more shallow, we're seeing in right field, but everyone else pretty much straight up. It's amazing to see that in this day and age of baseball. That's how impressive Fletch is using the entire field.
0-1 the count to David Fletcher. 2 out, a runner aboard. 2-0 Angels early this afternoon. Get down, get down, get down. Hits in 7 straight plate appearances for Fletch. He's too shy of tying a franchise record.
I know Fletch says he doesn't play golf, but he's got to be kidding me on that one. I mean, this is right off the end of the bat. And you can't place it any better for Fletch. Belt high, away, and has punched it in the right, giving Shohei a chance to swing here with a couple on.
Gooby, it looks like he's playing a different sport when he swings the bat.
He could actually go bowling at times, too, with that back foot the way it's going.
Back foot's got a roller skate on it. He's looking for little top spin lobs everywhere. As you pointed out earlier, looks like he's swinging a sand wedge. And now here's a guy that can hit it 500 feet. Ohtani with runners at the corners all of a sudden with 2 gone. And a strike to Shohei, 0-1. So that information answers the question, what does Shohei do with the bat on days after he pitches? Last 5 starts, 0-0, just .435 average and 6 big boys.
Where every other starting pitcher's doing their long distance running, they're playing some catch, maybe he's lifting some weights and is feeling really miserable after pitching 7 innings, but Shohei's out there swinging the bat right away. It's incredible.
Oh, 2 the count to Ohtani. Runners at the corners, 2-0 Angels. Well, micro rally starting with a Rengifo infield single, and then a David Fletcher opposite field flare. Rengifo really trying to grab Rodriguez's attention off third base, bouncing off that bag.
The only thing you don't want to do if you're Rengifo is distract Shohei Ohtani at all coming down the line. You want to make sure you give him a chance to swing the bat. Rodriguez with no wild pitches this year yet.
Rengifo a little less active this time, and the 1-2 home to Shohei is fouled away. Six shutout innings in which Rodriguez yielded only 1 hit on Friday. He's already given up 2 runs on 5 hits this afternoon. 2-2 now.
Well, you just feel as this at bat progresses that Shohei's seeing the baseball much, much better.
Jared Walsh waits on deck. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ohtani. Throw down to third is very close, but Rengifo's back. And it's a full count to Ohtani now, 3-2.
So far this season against lefties, 75% of the time he'll throw some form of fastball to him. So wonderful go fastball here to Shohei. Just got the hand in third base. Rengifo.
Three-two pitch, and he got him swinging. In and out of trouble is Eduardo Rodriguez in the second.
Hey Harold, how do you prepare for a big show?
Well, I just try to stay positive. Take it one show at a time and treat it just like any other show.
How do you feel about the other analysts you work with?
It's a great group of guys. We're all on the same page. I'm just happy to be here.
What's your prediction for the season?
We'll see what happens. It all comes down to execution in the studio.
The pro player answers. He's still got it.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions on MLB Network.
Well, we know Pedro Martinez and his wisdom. This is what he shared with me originally in terms of pitch separation and speed. The important thing is to get the hitter to commit to one of those 2 or 3 pitches. That way, it gives you room to utilize your other pitches to offset his approach to you. Who better than Shohei Ohtani and the exhibit we saw yesterday, which we will have for you here shortly. But boy, you talk about separation, Gooby, the importance of that, and Matt, you know very well. He was a master when he learned that changeup to offset pretty much everybody.
Well, that was the pitch that made the career.
Yes.
You know, not the conventional wisdom which says that Pedro was just thrown at everybody's neck every time. He did plenty of that,
including mannequins.
You ever see his fingers? The way they would, that's why his changeup was so good. They're incredible. His fingers were a little bit different because they bent up and they were able to get that fast. The changeup, but they were off the end of the fingertips. That made his changeup so much better.
Yeah, they're tilted.
Yeah, he had those well, still does. E.T. fingers. Arsenio Hall fingers. I don't know how. You're right. Long and wrapped them around the baseball. He could do things that most people can't with a ball. Christian Arroyo sprays a drive out to center field. Backs up Lagares for route number 1.
So let's take a look at Shohei Ohtani. Remember, Pedro talking about location and separation. Last night, Shohei. Location, 86. Location away, 95 and down. Location again away, 86. Different bend, 85 down in the zone. 96. Location. Separation, 82. Had to commit to one of those pitches at the very end. Shohei got him.
Back out there today.
That's an exhibit right there in pitching and separating speeds.
There's Christian Vasquez now with 1 gone and the base is empty. Still 2-0 Angels.
And Gooby, we've had this conversation forever about young pitchers learning the changeup, which is never too early for you to learn at least the grip of it, correct?
I would teach a changeup. That's that second pitch I would teach even at the lowest levels of baseball, whether you're playing little league, high school baseball, fastball, changeup, the separation of the speeds. Hitting is about timing. Changeup is throwing the timing off of a hitter, and then you get the fastball by him. It makes a better fastball if you have a good changeup. But separation of the speeds of those pitches is very important.
Ball and a strike. The count's Christian Vasquez. You know, it's closers that rely on a changeup for me that are the outlier. It's one thing for a starter who's, you know, you're working to an opposing lineup with frequency. Closer comes in and uses a changeup as an out pitch, a la Doug Jones.
Or even Raisel Iglesias has a really good changeup.
He does.
Yeah, Doug Jones used to throw his changeup off his changeup off his changeup.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Iglesias has the big fastball to complement it. Doug Jones did not.
Trevor Hoffman. Incredible changeup. His arm speed on his changeup, because he was straight over the top with his fastball, was incredible.
Yeah.
Even when he started losing his velocity on his fastball, his changeup, he was able to bring that a little bit slower to still have that separation.
2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Vasquez. Well, while we're on Ohtani's night last night as a pitcher, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, and drove in a run. And because everybody does all the Babe Ruth stuff with Shohei for the obvious reason. You know how many starts Babe Ruth made like that? He made 148 career starts. He had 1 like the one that Shohei did yesterday. 1 start with 7 or more innings, 5 or fewer hits, 2 or fewer runs, no walks, and an RBI.
There's been a lot of articles today. That's a good changeup. He's throwing 3 changeups elevated today. Speaking of a changeup, with 2 outs, soft contact, and a swing and miss. You're right. I mean, when you go back to, as you see the changeup upstairs, I don't know if this is necessarily by design, but it's been effective for Heaney upstairs. It's still amazing when you could do those comparisons with Babe Ruth and Shohei Ohtani, where you think at times maybe there's some things about Shohei are they even better than Babe Ruth, and that's hard to say because how great of a player, arguably the greatest player ever in the sport. But Shohei is doing some things that are it's mind-boggling.
Yeah, and I know what you're suggesting, and I agree with it. A lot of people push back on that, right? The traditionalists, the older fans, even some younger fans might push back on it. And I get it. It's really unfair to compare players of such different generations. We're not just comparing a guy to, say, a 1980s player. We're comparing a guy to, you know, the infancy of the modern era, essentially.
The guy that hit 60 home runs in a season, there were teams that didn't hit 60 home runs.
Right.
I mean, amazing what Babe did. And we're not taking that away, but we're just observing what Shohei's doing. The way he's running the bases, stealing bags, throwing 100 miles an hour.
Strike to Bobby puts Heaney back in the count, 3-1.
So many things to go into that equation, Matt, including the way ball players were built back then. Nobody ever talks about Babe Ruth is built, that he could smack the baseball.
Well, nobody was questioning the steady diet of beer and hot dogs either.
No, he did not have to hide it either.
Fly ball by Dahlbeck is handled by Ward. Another 1-2-3 inning for Andrew Heaney in the third.
Oh boy, Denver. Mile high. Physics. Do you even know what happens to a baseball when you pack a bunch of all-stars into Coors Field?
Sir?
You got Rise, El Nino, Vladdy Jr., Les Jr., Mookie, Ronald Andretti Show, Ohtani. I bet even those TV guys want to take some hacks for this one. Look, the scoreboard guy is going to get a workout, and I am here for that.
Mike Trout. People know he's one of the greatest players this game's ever seen.
Meet Mike Trout.
Can run.
He's watching MLB Network.
He's one of the nicest people you're ever going to meet.
Because that's what baseball fans do.
And he's also got tremendous show hair with his hat off.
Every time he steps up to the plate, goes into his windup, or runs one down.
Oh, you won't see a better one than that.
He competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
We all romanticize what it would have been like to watch Babe Ruth play. He pitched, really, and I guess he pitched in the World Series too, right? I mean, you hear this stuff, and it's a larger-than-life thought or concept, correct? So now we're living it. So don't underestimate what we're seeing.
Good perspective reminder from Joe Madden, who was talking about Shohei Ohtani's amazing impact to the media in the Babe Ruth comparison conversation that we just had. Bottom of the third, it'll be Walsh, Goslin, and Iglesias in a 2-0 Angels lead against Eduardo Rodriguez.
Boy, I think he said it best. I mean, we just sit back and enjoy this. I mean, sports is always about comparisons of players in the past, even present. But just sit back and enjoy what he's doing right now. We're both in shock that he's in the lineup here today.
Yeah,
it's
really
incredible.
I mean, if ever there was a perfect day to sit.
Again, what else can he do?
What do you think? Could we find something he couldn't do? There's got to be something. Kayaking? What a nice play by Bogaerts on the short hop. Man, did he make that look easy.
And another baseball crush, and the frustration for Jared Walsh as he went around the base. He's like, you know, I've hit the ball on the money twice, and they made defensive plays behind me. Got the play. That's a great play by Bogaerts. Down on the backhand, gets up and throws out Walsh, but twice hitting the ball over 100 miles per hour. Nothing to show for it yet, except for an RBI.
One gone for Phil Goslin, who drove in one of the 2 first-inning runs with a base hit. Phil Goslin started play today, batting .321. As you can see, playing in his 400th game this afternoon. He has already reached a career-high RBI total And he has tied his career-high home run total. A player for whom senior statehood is good. It's finally clicking. And Phil's really responding to being out there every day. Another good play by Bogaerts. 2 gone, bases empty. Time for a quick word from GMC.
The world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate, available in the GMC Sierra. We are professional grade GMC.
Eduardo Rodriguez looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the afternoon. Here's Jose Iglesias with the bases empty.
And you got to keep in mind, Phil Gosselin didn't get to put on that Angel uniform towards, spring training, towards the end of spring, and look what he's been able to do. He's been put into some spots where he's played some third, he's played some second, he's played some first, he's played some outfield positions. He's done a really nice job given the opportunity to play. And he's hitting the number 4 spot in the lineup.
Iglesias, another flare. One in a series of flare base hits. Man.
Walsh has got to be looking around going, hello.
Look at Kike Hernandez in center field. I mean, that's the look of a frustrated dude. Like, how many of these little dying quails are going to fall in for base hits here?
Well, he definitely plays in an extremely deep center field, but he's pretty comfortable coming in on the baseball. But these are hit so perfectly placed sand wedges that they're falling in just in front of him.
Look at that. Chuck up real nice on the green.
Yeah, Phil Mickelson's going, you know what? I don't even know if I could do that.
2-putt par 3 next. Where's the drink cart? Runner aboard with 2 gone now for Kurt Suzuki. I'm already thinking about Fletcher's next plate appearance today, and more than likely to come against Eduardo Rodriguez. He's got a base hit in 7 straight plate appearances. By the way, we talked about him challenging an Angel record. That record is 9. Benji Molina hit in 9 straight, all against the Red Sox 10 years ago.
Wow.
20 years ago. Sorry.
You're bringing it all together.
How about that? That's our statistician today, Brian Hagan, digging up that little nugget. One pitch, and there's a solid base hit to left. Suzuki's aboard on a single, so back-to-back 2-out singles in the third, and something's cooking for the Angels here once again.
Yeah, Rodriguez will give his fair share of hits up. Coming into the game, 93 hits and 84 2/3 innings pitched, a whip of 1346, so he has some traffic as far as base hits. He's pretty good as far as throwing strikes. But already you're seeing a lot of traffic against him.
Your last night's was the In-N-Out Burger special, just a bunch of double-doubles. And today it's back-to-back singles for the 3rd time already, and we're only in the 3rd inning. Opportunity now for Taylor Ward. Do we get any money from In-N-Out Burger when we do that?
No, but I think we should, or
yeah,
at least a couple
too.
burgers, though,
I'll
at least.
Stop saying it.
Yes.
Ward was hitless yesterday, 3 strikeouts on the night.
One thing to keep in mind with all this traffic, you want to keep adding on. So far, he's been able to avoid any more runs given up than he gave up in his first inning, where he gave up 2. Keep adding on against this Red Sox lineup.
7 singles for the Angels already, just 2 2/3 into it. Backpedaling on it nicely is Arroyo to prevent another flare from falling in. Everybody having fun wearing the home uniform today.
Hey Al, during tonight's show, what was that meatball you threw?
Meatball? That was a hitting demonstration, and that's what I was supposed to do.
Right.
Next question.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions.
How the Angels got here with all the moves they made. They have
Meet Justin Upton. He's watching MLB Network.
Again, the lineup got deeper.
Because that's what baseball fans do.
They're deep. They're deep.
Liner, and it falls in. strikeout. Out of here. He struck him out swinging. And he lines one. It's gone.
Join us for another exciting season of Angels baseball. Visit angels.com/tickets to buy your single game tickets for the 2021 season. Team will be back home after the All-Star break. Nice weekend series against the Seattle Mariners that'll include a Saturday night fireworks show. And then a nice homestand coming up at the end of July as well with the Rockies and 4 with the rival Oakland A's.
Hey, it's been a single game for the Angels so far with 7 of them.
Good enough to spell a 2-0 lead for Andrew Heaney as we welcome you back with Mark Gubazon, Jose Mota, Matt Vasgersian. Homestand finale on the road for 3 in Seattle starting on Friday. Then a 4-day break for the All-Star game and home run derby, which we'll all be tuned into with bated breath to watch Shohei Ohtani. Kike Hernandez leads things off in the Boston 4th.
It's amazing. Kike Hernandez is aggressive on pitches. He's fallen behind 0-1, 0-2 a number of these at-bats in the series, and then you look up, it's a 3-2 count. He's worked some walks, too, like he did in the first inning. That was an 0-2 count to a walk.
That's right. Yeah, he's walked 3 times in the series so far and has a 6-game hitting streak alive today. A ball and a strike to the former Dodger. One and two.
He has made a career out of just torturing left-handed pitching. I'm saying career because remember Dave Roberts saying left-handed pitchers breaking balls off speed. If they throw it at some point, he will do some damage. And the Angels lefties have done a good job with the fastballs against him this series.
Couple of hops out to Rengifo. Nice play on a tricky bounce and a better play on the receiving end by Jared Walsh on a ball in the dirt. 1 away.
You're exactly right on that one, man. That is a tough hop that Walsh was able to scoop from a long throw from Rengifo at third. Out early today, working on ground as a third, and Jared Walsh was out early again this afternoon, working on throws like that in the dirt and working on some ground balls his way. It's amazing every day watching Walsh out there working on his defensive skills.
1 gone, base is empty for Alex Verdugo. 9 in a row retired by Andrew Heaney. He has struck out 1 in each of the 3 innings he's completed, and Jose is dealing to Kurt Suzuki today. So if it was unusual to have Max Stassi receiving Shohei yesterday, something else has to vibe as well, and that's a change today for Heaney.
Yeah, and Joe wanted Suzuki against the lefty today, and obviously Stassi against the righty. It worked out very nicely. But think about this. As much as we've seen Stassi, 31 innings with Heaney so far this season, but Suzuki came in at 26, so they're not much of strangers, I would say.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it gets back to what we've talked about the last couple days and yesterday in particular, with a manager's reluctance to just anoint one battery combination all the way through. I mean, everybody's got to be kind of versed in everybody on a staff.
Yeah, you got to have a feel for their pitches when things are getting quicker on the mound, and how to get them through those tough moments, or even when they're on a roll.
2 balls and a strike to count to Verdugo.
What is quite noticeable, Matt, is 26 innings coming into today with Suzuki, 4.15 ERA, only a 2.21 average for Heaney.
Well, the worst thing for a manager to have to deal with is the grousing of a starting staff about a particular catcher. And we could all think of examples. Backhand by Rengifo. Got to hurry that throw. Boy, we almost took too much time on that.
Yeah, he needed all that throwing arm he has to get him out when he took some time on that little bit of an odd little roll towards him and it spin on it. He's trying to spin away and a little tough little last hop, but gathered himself how to get all that on the throw.
The reason why you start glove low and always work yourself up. Much easier than the other way around.
Almost a little modified Manny Trio move there, right?
Oh, one of my all-time favorites.
You smack the ball into the glove, look at all the stitches, and then throw over just in time to get the guy by a half a step.
Yeah, former catcher. He had a catcher's throwing arm. Yeah, he was great at that. When he waited, made sure you got close to the base. There was no just jogging down the line. You were running hard down the line.
No kidding. Remember double plays, Manny Trio? He used to go actually and joke around with guys before the game. And the opposing team would say, make sure you slide early because I'm coming way down there.
Yeah, they were almost sliding after they took their lead at first base just to get out of the way.
So a lot of guys in Philly slide on the AstroTurf halfway.
Ball and a strike to count to J.D. Martinez. Martinez, a strikeout victim this afternoon. 10 in a row retired by Heaney.
There's that high changeup again. It's been really, really effective for Andrew Heaney, going that Lucas Giolito style changeup upstairs. Giolito, a right-handed pitcher. Heaney throwing his changeup upstairs today from the left side.
Why do I feel like that's dangerous? I mean, it's working today.
That was one thing I always worried about. Yeah, you always think, okay, change it, keep it down. At least you get that sting off the bat towards the end of the bat. It may end up being a base hit, but you're going to keep the ball in the ballpark. A changeup upstairs, it drifts over the plate. That's almost BP fastball style. Yeah, he's throwing 11 changeups so far. 7 of them have been strikes for Heaney. So that's pretty solid ratio. 11 thrown, 7 strikes.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Boston's only base runner in the afternoon was Kike Hernandez, drawing the leadoff walk to start the ball game. And this is a Red Sox lineup that is top 5 in Major League Baseball across the board offensively. Runs scored, batting average, slug, on base, OPS, doubles, extra base hits. And off to a very quiet start today against Andrew Heaney. Full count now. I haven't seen the shopping cart and dugout. I guess they don't travel with it. Have you seen that shtick the Red Sox have? Oh, they do? They have it here?
They have it here, yes. We just want to make sure we don't see it. They can just put that on the plane.
Right. Keep that in the parking lot at Ralph's. We'll explain that in a moment if we have an opportunity. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count to. Well, yeah, why not? Guy has a big hit, big performance, big catch, whatever. And they put him in the cart and they push him up and down the aisle, if you will, in the dugout. And it's kind of fun, right? As long as nobody gets hurt.
Yeah, it's a long season. Just have a good time. That way you can build that camaraderie amongst your teammates and just have some fun.
Saw Devers take a nice ride here in Anaheim a couple days ago.
I told Alex Verdugo not too long ago, like, why don't you guys are all making a lot of dough. Why don't you, everybody should pitch in and get some real tricked out thing instead of using the grungy shopping cart that somebody stole from the Target parking lot. You have some custom thing made.
Get the laundry cart.
I guess they used the laundry. That was the laundry cart for Monday, I guess, huh?
Yep.
All right. Here's the next 3-2 home to Martinez.
It's another one of those elevated changeups. Bottom line is if you can dot your fastball upstairs like in the separation of speeds and change up the fastball both upstairs, I guess it could play, but I'd still be nervous about elevating a changeup a lot today.
Still a full count. Here's the next 3-2. And he lost him on ball 4. Do you think Heaney is using that today as a time of day weapon? In other words, with the daytime, the shadows, pitch is coming off the white uniform.
It's effective. It's an effective pitch in the day here, a changeup, especially from a lefty here. Out of that angle. A lot of times you do have the batter's eye, but especially from that arm angle that Heaney's throwing, you're not that far away from being able to pick up maybe the signs in the outfield or even into the stands from that arm angle he's throwing at. Anything for your advantage, especially because you're trying to gear up to a fastball, and then a changeup. Been good so far.
Here's Xander Bogaerts. He takes a strike. Well, imagine getting the Red Sox out of town, and with this one, the season series will end. As you take a look at the place he holds in Red Sox history among all-star shortstops. Get the Red Sox out of town and done for the season and keep this guy quiet?
That's a good day.
Yeah, it's a good series. I mean, so far, Bogaerts here in Anaheim is 0 for 9.
Chance to see if he can get him to chase something well out of the strike zone. He's got really good plate coverage, especially if you try to go up and away against him.
Yeah, Bogaerts slugs that one into right, a base hit. Elevated 0-2 pitch, and now the Red Sox have a little something cooking with 2 gone in the inning.
That's that pitch where he hits really, really hard. Up and away, you think, okay, I'll get him to swing at that. No, that's a pitch. That's why you look at hot zones for hitters, and that's 93 above the strike zone. Most hitters, yeah, that's a good pitch. Bogaerts, no.
First and second with 2 gone now for Rafael Devers, who was caught looking at strike 3 back in the second inning. It's the only time that Heaney has been in anything close to trouble so far today. "24 years old, starting in the All-Star game. In fact, going to the All-Star game for the first time. And among Red Sox under the age of 25, his 95 home runs, third only to Hall of Famer Ted Williams and Tony Conigliaro.
Wow, that's impressive company. We had him leaning out over the plate.
Sure did. 1-1. Just to hold that batting stance as Devers does, it tells you all you need to know about how strong the kid is. He's in that modified Julio Franco, spanks that to second. Fletch has got it, and 2 are left stranded in the 4th. To the bottom of the inning, still 2-0 Halos.
It's not just because Boll & Branch organic cotton sheets are incredibly soft. They are. And it's not just that they're free from toxins and made by people who are paid and treated fairly. That's true too. It's because home is where the magic happens. And with better sheets made in safer ways, home makes the world a better place. Boll & Branch. Right now, try for 30 nights risk-free and get free shipping at bollandbranch.com.
Nerds! Oh, thanks. It's cool, I can...
No, I got it.
Sweet unholy cobalt. Is Brad's card better than mine? Better sign-up bonus? Better travel perks? Is that how Brad took that trip to Barcelona? Wait, Barcelona? Barcelona?
Steve, I got it on NerdWallet.
Ah. You said all that out loud.
Want a better credit card? We've got you. From the best rates to the best rewards, for all your credit card questions, turn to the nerds.
Angels, and in this day and age of bigger, faster, stronger, none of that has happened for the Halos today. StatCast powered by Google Cloud. 64.5-mile-an-hour doink. That one at less than 80 miles an hour. These are just little flares, little Texas leaguers as they call them. David Fletcher's got a pair of them today, 5 of them, and not one of them hit over 90 miles an hour. Good enough for a 2-0 lead. And Jose, you talked about it earlier, the importance of contact, putting the ball in play, displayed this afternoon.
Led by the Fletch, and you talk about Rodriguez and the victim of that. Balls in play against him this season, 358 average, man. That's the average for the big league. It's 297. Think about that. And we're seeing it here on display. Batting average, balls in play. It's amazingly way above.
Wow.
And he's had issues with the leadoff guy. Yeah, no doubt, leading off the innings. 941 OPS, but mainly 341 on base percentage.
One of the 3 leadoff hitters he has faced this afternoon has reached. That was Fletcher opening up the bottom of the first. Counts a ball and a strike on 1. Lagares opening up the bottom of the 4th.
There's something very important that Alex Cora shared with me when the series started. He goes, his cutter needs to be tight, small. Big cutter is not good news for him. And he's got to really rely on that arm speed also to control the changeup and not throw it too hard.
He's had his issues in the 4th and 5th innings this year. He's allowed 20 runs, including 5 home runs, slugging over 519 in the 3rd in the 4th and 5th innings this year. That's some huge numbers.
Well, a 1-2-3 inning here would be important for him, because if a 4th Angel bats, it would be Ohtani, and he would bat with a man on.
We'll be into you. What will prompt a cutter to get too big?
What it does is if it gets too big, it means it's going most times right to the barrel of the bat. And that's what you're trying to avoid. You're trying to get on the handle. It becomes too big, and it becomes more loopy. It becomes more of a slider. And he threw a really good cutter to Shohei Ohtani to get a swing and miss back in the 2nd inning.
And the idea, obviously, is that it looks like a straight fastball all the way through, so you want it shorter.
2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Lagares. Full count now. Pitch home. Got him to chase a ball out of the zone. And it's the 3rd strikeout of the afternoon for Rodriguez. 1 away in the 4th.
You got him to chase the changeup off the plate. Turn that changeup over after some cut fastballs and fastballs on the inner half. Take a look at the strikeouts this season. That's 99 of them where they've been spotted and where they've been outside of the strike zone. 99 punch-outs. He's using his 4-seamer, his 2-seamer, his cutter, also his curveball and changeup.
And that last pitch right there, Gooby, is exactly what Alex was telling me. He's got to really sell it with that arm speed, but don't throw it too hard.
Here's Luis Rengifo now. He singled in the 2nd. One of the 5 flares, one of the 7 hits by the Angels this afternoon.
By the way, did you see the Rengifo exit velocity, Matt?
Was that the 79 mile an hour or the 60 mile an hour?
It was 34.6. 34.6.
I love it.
Gooby, that wouldn't frustrate you as a pitcher, right?
Not at all. I'd be completely happy with that.
There's a 57.92 in there. Goodness.
The 0-2 home to Rengifo. He stays alive with a foul ball. Fletcher next. He's got 2 hits today. By way of refresher, he's hit safely in 21 in a row and has base hits in each of his last 7 plate appearances. And Fletcher will bat with 2 gone and the bases empty.
Like we showed on the different pitches he gets for strikeouts already in this inning, a changeup, then a 4-seam fastball.
baseball upstairs for Rodriguez. Hides the baseball well, elevates to get a swing and miss against Renivo.
He does have that K in this game, 10.5 for 9 innings.
So here's Fletcher now with 2 gone and the bases empty. His first inning single came on a fastball. Singled on a changeup in the second. 0-1 to Fletch. Time for a Kia player profile. Put David Fletcher on a lot of these lists, but he ranks first, to no one's surprise, on hits against the elevated fastball, defined as a pitch in the top third of the strike zone or higher. 1-1.
That's a shocker. Shohei Ohtani getting the baseball that was thrown wildly. Pick up the bat boy.
The 1-1 to Fletch. 2 balls and a strike. I want this record. I want this record for Fletch. I love Benji, you know, but let's go.
Yeah.
Hits in 8 straight plate appearances. 2 balls and a strike.
You needed that one.
Surprised he didn't get a swing up there, right?
He's setting him up. He said, bring that fastball up again. Come on. Bring it up there.
Well, you cut the season in half for David. First 41 games, 244. Red hot the last half. 2-2. Ground ball up the middle. Bogarts will make the play, and Fletcher's retired for the first time in about a day and a half. Still 2-0 Angels.
10 years ago, I had an undiagnosed heart condition, and erectile dysfunction was actually the first sign that something was wrong.
Luckily, I'm a doctor, an expert in sexual health, and Zach's dad.
Not everyone has a doctor in the house, and some health conditions can be really tough to talk about. We started Roman to change that.
Now you can go online and chat with a physician.
And if treatment is right for you, we'll ship genuine medication right to your door. If you're experiencing ED, hair loss, cold sores, or other issues, let's take care of it.
When we started our company, we simply wanted better sheets. But along the way, we realized that softer, safer, organic cotton does so much more for the planet and for humanity. It helps your home become a force for good, because home is more than just an address. Home is our soul. Boll & Branch, organic sheets, bath, and home. Right now, try for 30 nights risk-free and get free shipping at bollandbranch.com.
Now let's look at our play sense presented by Frontier. Mentioned that changeup, elevated changeup, has been effective for Andrew Heaney. Some soft contacts, some quick outs, elevating the changeup, even all towards the end of the bat. Again, a couple swing and misses, but also just that fly ball, ground ball action, every spot. Exactly the same for his changeup. It's been effective there, just a little bit off the plate. Just make sure it's a little bit off the plate, not on the plate.
First pitch to Hunter Renfroe, foul back. It'll be Renfroe, Arroyo, and Vasquez here in the Boston half of the fifth. Still 2-0 Angels. Andrew Heaney able to pitch around a 2-on-2 out situation in the top of the fourth. The only time he's really had traffic today. A ball and a strike. One and two.
It's a slow curveball. He hasn't thrown a ton of curveballs today, but he will get a lot of chases and a lot of strikeouts with his curveball.
See Suzuki setting up inside, and that's where they strike out Renfroe.
That's two really good curveballs in a row. One at 77, that one coming in at 80 miles per hour. 26th strikeout this year with his curveball. Great spot. If you make contact, you're going to pull it foul. Good arm angle throwing it at. Big strikeout to start this inning off in the 5th for Andrew Heaney.
One gone, bases empty now for Christian Arroyo, who lined to center in his first at bat. Looking at Heaney's pitch distribution here, it doesn't feel like he's thrown as many fastballs as he has, Gooby. But through 4 innings, 72 pitches, 47 fastballs. It feels like one of those days where he's just kind of junking it up there, but that's not the case.
No, I was just thinking that here, that 25 off speed between his curveball and changeup so far. Yeah, you're right, 47 fastball. I mean, he's had good life on his fastball, but it feels like the changeup and curveball have been the effective pitches for him, especially getting the hitters out in front. But he has such great deception with his fastball.
He's kept the Red Sox off balance all afternoon, and you could say the same about Eduardo Rodriguez. He has allowed 7 hits today, and only 1 ball qualifies as well hit. Two and two. I mean, this could very easily be plugging away at a 0-0 score right now.
But even going back to that sequence, changeup just below the outside corner at 81, 82, and then he throws a fastball, same plane, and Arroyo misses by quite a bit.
Over the mound, backhanded by Fletch. Unfortunately, won't be able to make a throw there. And it's an infield single for Christian Arroyo, just the second base hit of the game for Boston.
That was a changeup that was up a bit more of the plate, but still, this is a ground ball, not real hard contact.
Christian Vasquez now a strikeout victim in his first at bat back in the 3rd. One on, one out in the Boston half of the 5th. For the Angels to be over 500, as they are thanks to the win last night in this series, and when you consider the players they've been without, and we've talked a lot about it, and when you consider the tough strength of schedule, and while I know that this isn't the NFL and strength of schedule doesn't really play in baseball like it might in the other major sports, consider this, that there are 5 teams that have a quote strength of schedule on par with the Angels, the 5 toughest schedules to start the season. The Angels are the only one of those teams over 500. Baltimore, Arizona, Texas, and Philly have had the toughest schedule so far in addition to the Angels, and the Angels are the only team better than 500 in that group.
When Joe Madden has said he just loves the way this team plays, and no matter who he's putting out there, and whether it's Phil Gosselin playing in left field, Renfroe at 3rd, Taylor Ward in right, Lagares in center, they've played a big part in the success for the team. And that's a tough schedule. You're right, man. I mean, it's a tough schedule. A lot of guys being out, and there's still inconsistencies with the pitching. It's impressive to be over 500.
Yeah, doing it with a group that they didn't think they'd be doing it with, and I think you hit on it when you talked about, guys like Renfroe and Gosselin, Trout, Rendon, Upton, and Fowler. Dexter Fowler. Remember, Dexter Fowler was supposed to be here. He's hurt for the year, unfortunately, but they're all on the IL. Albert Pujols is with the Dodgers. So they only have 4 of their 9 opening day players still with them, and they're plugging away over 500. 2-2 to Vasquez. Little soft serve into right field. It's going to wrap Arroyo around to 3rd. And Boston, for the second time this afternoon, has a runner in scoring position, men at first and third with one gone.
Red Sox playing angel baseball with some soft hits in this inning. An infield hit and a little flare out the right field by Vasquez. It's towards the end of the bat. It was elevated enough he was able to make contact like that. If it was a little bit lower, very difficult hit in the air. And if you're playing a normal infield depth, that may end up being a double play ball, but you got to give Vasquez credit making contact. Now a dangerous hitter with a lot of power at the plate now.
Bobby Dahlbeck flied to right in his first at-bat. A swing and a mammoth drive out to left. Goslin circling back, and it gets over his head against the base of the wall.
That'll only be a single, though. What a break.
I think Phil got fooled. Might have thought for a moment like that ball was going to fly over the fence, as we did. And Matt Wise is going to come out for a well-timed visit. I want to watch that again and see exactly what happened in left.
How strong Dahlbeck is off the bat. I'm thinking, all right, that's going to be a tough one to even keep in play. Good job backing up by Lagares. Otherwise, this is a really stressful inning. You still have a double play in order.
Yeah, the key clog here is Vasquez too, though. At first base is a base runner. Bad read.
There's no way in the world you're going to be doubled up on that baseball if you're Vasquez. So you can get all the way to the base and re-tag and go back to first. You got to be there and be at third base right now, and allow Dahlbeck to be at second. But a big break. Got a chance at a double play ball. 7 double plays turned behind Heaney so far this year, looking for number 8.
Including one this afternoon when he got Verdugo to hit into a double play. Now it's Kike Hernandez. A run in for the Red Sox. Skunks out of the box for Boston. A 1-run game. 1 away. Runners at first and second. Let's go back to show you Vasquez at first base, who was also a little fooled here.
No reason for this.
He should be all the way at second base. That's a break. That's a huge break. See if it turns in the Angels' favor here now.
In that case, Matt, your primary concern as a base runner is not you tagging out. It's you giving yourself an opportunity to score or to advance more than one base. And hopefully it plays to the Angels' advantage here.
Three straight one-out singles have set the Red Sox up to perhaps even the score here in the 5th. Big swing and a miss, 1 and 2.
Well, the one thing you want to see from Andrew Heaney, it's been something that's really been a part of his career, and you hope to get, as he gets older, more consistent, avoid those big innings. Slow the game down. You've given up a run, that's okay. You get a ground ball double play, you've only given up 1 run. You got to avoid those big innings, those crooked numbers.
Ball and 2 strikes to count to Kike Hernandez. Look at Dahlbeck, man. He is halfway to second base. They look like they want to go. Yeah. Good hold there by Heaney that time. You see how far off the bag Dahlbeck was?
Yeah, he was ready as the trail runner. You got to wait to see if the lead runner Vasquez. I mean, he runs well. He's got 8 stolen bases. 8. As a catcher, been caught this once. He's hoping that you don't pay attention to him. Carlton Fisk, former Red Sox and White Sox, was really good at that. Yeah, he went.
Big strikeout for Heaney. His second of the inning, his 5th of the game, and there are 2 gone.
Well, this is a nice job, not only getting the strikeout, be able to hold the baseball to prevent that double steal from happening against you. It's not easy to do as a pitcher because you're amped up, you're ready to compete, but to hold the baseball and step off and stop both runners from trying to advance.
Oh, they were going too, man. There's no question. Here's Verdugo now. He has hit into a double play and grounded to third today. Biggest threat to Heaney all afternoon. The Red Sox have scored 1, 2 gone in the inning now with runners aboard.
Right now, though, if you're Andrew Heaney, the guy at the plate is your foe.
With 2 gone, a little different story.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you can't be distracted by the base runner right now. Left-handed bat, clear a throw to third base for Suzuki.
0-1 to Verdugo.
And if you're Rengifo, there's a throw there to third. You just got to think of body up, keep that baseball in front because he's off the bag by quite a bit. So it'll be a race to the bag. Most important guy right now is at the plate.
They're long set. The 0-1 pitch misses inside. This is a big at bat because you don't want this group to have an opportunity with runners aboard. Martinez, Bogaerts, Devers all headed to the All-Star game next week in Denver, all in the midst of big seasons and all big-time run producers.
But this feels like, you're right, Matt, this could be the at-bat of the game for the Angels.
Yeah.
Right here, right now.
Looked like Verdugo had set up a little differently there. He's usually in there with that Mickey Tettleton stance with his hands at his belt. He lifted his hands a little bit when he set up there. He's back into the Tettleton there. It looks like he's just not ready to hit. Oh no, that's going to be trouble. Man, it is a night of flares. Game is tied. How many sandwich base hits can we see in one afternoon of baseball?
It is amazing. You know what it comes down to is just 2 teams making contact. And again, it's an elevated pitch. Anytime there's a flare, it's a pitch that's upstairs. You cannot flare a low pitch.
Boston has runners at first and third now. They've tied the score with 4 base hits on the inning. And now J.D. Martinez, one of their thumpers, has a chance. Doing this kind of shotgun here, but 12 hits in the game today, Gooby. I think 9 of them have been those Texas leaguer flares, those little grenades. Martinez bouncing back after the down 2020. There's so much said and written about his inability to use video, some of the pandemic protocols that really cost star players big years, and Martinez was at the top of the list. Hit just .213 last season and back to his old self under normal circumstances this year. 1-2.
It's like you saw in this series so far, getting fastballs by him, but if you throw enough of them, he's going to time the fastball, so you got to separate some speeds at some point.
Angels bullpen is busy. Andrew Wantz is up. 2-2 now. Angels getting a taste of their own medicine with flare base hits to tie the score here in the 5th. 2-2 to Martinez. A full count now.
That's a big pitch for Heaney to stay in the game. Right-hander up in the bullpen. Bogaerts waiting on deck.
Three balls and 2 strikes to the 4-time All-Star. Payoff pitch home. Martinez swings and sends a high fly ball out to left. And Gosselin's able to record the final out of the inning. However, 2 score for the Red Sox. A 2-2 ball game.
It is gone! Every time he steps up to the plate, goes into his windup, or runs one down.
He caught it. Oh, you won't see a better one than that.
He competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
Mike Trout. People know he's one of the greatest players this game's ever seen.
Meet Mike Trout.
Can run.
He's watching MLB Network.
He's one of the nicest people you're ever going to meet.
Because that's what baseball fans do.
And he's also got tremendous show hair with his hat off.
Well, we didn't think he'd be in there this afternoon. A day game after a night game, and it wasn't an ordinary night game for Shohei Ohtani, who's practicing some sleight of hand today. Started last night, went 7 innings, had 4 plate appearances in there again today. DHing, batting second. Welcome back to the stadium with Mark Gubazon, Jose Mota, Matt Vasgersian. Nice to have you along with us on a Chamber of Commerce afternoon in Anaheim. It's about as good as it gets. 2-2 ball game as the Angels bat in the bottom of the 5th inning, and Ohtani will lead it off. Shohei followed by Jared Walsh and Phil Gosselin. And Eduardo Rodriguez now working in a tie game.
When you got Shohei to swing and miss on a cutter. Last at bat, a couple base runners on. Shohei will be looking for either a 4-seam or a cutter first pitch.
Ohtani, Walsh, Gosselin here in the 5th. 2-2 ball game, and first pitch of the inning by Erod misses inside. You know, with Ohtani and Walsh batting first and second this inning, it's a good time to document how important they've been in the Angels lineup. It's obvious to fans, but here's the context. There have been 10 American League players this year who have accounted for at least 15% of their team's RBI total. That's a lot. One guy, 15% of the runs batted in. The Angels are the only American League team with 2 players who have accounted for 15% or more of the team's total RBIs. It's a 2-man wrecking crew. And again, a lot of that is a function of Rendon being hurt, Trout being hurt.
Right above the foot on that one. Shohei out in front. Yeah, what, 130 RBIs combined between the two.
I mean, they have done the heavy lifting this year for sure. 2 balls and a strike to Ohtani. 2-2.
Anytime you see a batter foul one off your foot, as a pitcher, you're going back inside, and that's exactly what Rodriguez did.
They're the numbers 68 and 61 between Ohtani and Walsh.
Back inside again.
I don't know how he even made contact with that.
Did that get him again?
I think the foot, it might have been from the previous foul tip. I don't know if that one got him too. He's walking around like Kirk Gibson now. Did that get him in the knee?
I think it got to the top of the knee, didn't it?
Oh, that back knee that's the surgically repaired knee.
Yeah, right off the back knee.
No. No. He's still feeling it.
Yep, he would like that nice jog around the bases now instead of have to sprint. So off the foot, front foot, then the back knee in the same at bat.
The next 2-2 home. Oh, he's going to get to jog around the bases. He did it again. He's a beast.
There really is no one like him. You foul one off your front foot, you foul one off your back knee, and what do? You say, you'll have to take that little casual jog, and he rockets that one out. Number 32 of the season. And remember, he hit and pitched last night for Shohei Ohtani. Now you can just kind of casually walk back in the dugout. Can't wait to see this with Jose Iglesias. And a hug. Oh. 114.5 mile per hour exit velocity for Ohtani.
We had to wait 5 innings to see a well-hit ball this afternoon, and it was worth the wait. Here's Walsh now. Angels back out on top by a run. I'd say that knee is feeling a lot better all of a sudden. He doesn't even remember it now. His ball was crushed, Gooby. Come on.
That's just literally screaming off the bat. I mean, that is screaming off the bat. Remember that one, cartoon you used to see for the start of a baseball highlights? You see the baseball just screaming off the bat. That's screaming off the bat.
Yeah, the Bugs Bunny one.
Yeah,
yeah. Slide, DiMaggio, slide.
Well, that is huge for the countryman and for himself, breaking Hideki Matsui's record.
Yes, better context. Good point, Jose. He's still feeling the knee, by the way.
Yes.
You can tell.
What an incredible at-bat.
That was Gibsonian. Walsh follows up with a drive to center field. Hernandez will watch that one fly. Back to back in the 5th.
He says, I've hit 2 baseballs right on the money. I'm going to hit this with too far to make a play on it. Only the batter's eye is going to make a play on that one from Jared Walsh, the All-Star. 21st home run. Like you mentioned, the 2 guys in the lineup driving and doing the damage. Both home runs in this inning. What a shot by Walshy.
Well, and as you had pointed out, the 5th inning, the witching hour for Eduardo Rodriguez. And it gets to him here. Back-to-back homers. Couple of tape measure shots have given the Angels their 2-run lead back.
What a shot that is at dead center field.
Ohtani's was hit a little harder. Walsh's went a little bit farther. Good play by Rodriguez on a tough chance, and Goslin is retired. So let's give you the numbers on these. Shohei hits number 32, and it goes 433 feet to right at 114.5 miles an hour. And as Jose pointed out, the most ever homers in a season by a Japanese-born player.
Incredible how quick that baseball got out.
One gone for Iglesias, and that's grounded out to third for Devers, 2 away.
You know what, Matt, through the years, you talk to Japanese players. I talked to Shohei through Ippei about guys like Ichiro Suzuki, Hideki Matsui, and it's almost like they feel a little bashful to even talk about them being on that same level. And I don't know what you've experienced it yourself and talking to so many players through the years, but boy, talk about a special class with Shohei Ohtani and passing Hideki. It's very big here and at home.
Well, I'm sure folks that are watching in Japan today, and by the way, this one, as they all are, distributed worldwide, but this is the MLB.TV free game of the day, so a lot of people tuned in around the globe. Noting the accomplishment of Shohei Ohtani. We're not even at the All-Star break yet, and he has passed Hideki Matsui's record.
And that was over 162 games. It's amazing. Shohei. 2 for 3 today, 2 runs scored, and an RBI home run.
Two balls and no strikes, the count to Kurt Suzuki. Boy, as if to say enough with the 60-foot Texas Leaguers. 2 monstrous homers in the Angels half of the 5th. And that gets the Boston bullpen hot. Two balls and 2 strikes.
It's amazing how those numbers just come back into play. You can be cruising along, all of a sudden your offense ties it up, but it's still that 4th and 5th innings have been trouble. For Rodriguez, he got through the 4th inning with a couple strikeouts, and then boom, 2 home runs allowed in the 5th. That's 7 home runs now he's allowed in the 4th and 5th inning this season of his 14.
Swing and a miss by Suzuki finishes the inning. But 2 big exclamation points in the 5th. Number 32 for Shohei. Number 21 for Jared Walsh. 4-2 Halos.
First time, it was Monday. And since 1965, there have been close to 75,000 selections in the MLB Draft, each one representing promise, potential, and hope. This year, for the first time, the MLB Draft will be part of All-Star Weekend, showcasing the dreamers as they shoot for the stars. Live coverage of the 2021 MLB Draft begins Sunday at 6 Eastern on MLB Network and MLB.com.
Seems like a pretty good time to remind everybody that you can join us on Friday, July 26th. Angels and Mariners at 6:30, and the first 14,000 fans get an Ohtani Cycle bobblehead courtesy of JAE. For more on the upcoming giveaways, visit angels.com/promotions. And if the response for the Ohtani pillow was any indication, get here early on Friday the 16th.
Get here real early for that.
4-2 Angels. Back-to-back homers by Ohtani and Walsh have re-distanced the Halos from the Red Sox as we hit the top half of inning number 6, and Andrew Heaney back with a lead. They'll go to work on Xander Bogaerts, Rafi Devers, and Hunter Renfroe. 2 balls and no strikes to Bogaerts.
Well, the one thing you want to see if you're Joe Maddon with Andrew Heaney is attacking the strike zone here. Don't give him any life. Don't give him free passes.
Two and one. I mean, we're running out of superlatives for Ohtani, really. Hitting the foot, hits himself in the knee. Next pitch, laser beam homer.
114.5. That's his, I think that's now his 15th home run this year. Exit velocity of 110 plus. 15s.
You know how many players that we've watched over the years, I mean, and players that you've faced and then gone on to watch, that you literally kind of scoot up to the edge of your seat for? But Bogaerts has a ball into left. Going to try to turn that into a double. Gosselin is up with it. Throw to second will be too late. And it's a leadoff 2-base hit for Xander Bogaerts.
Well, we're hoping to get him out of town before he got hot.
Yeah.
Back-to-back at-bats. League leading 26th double for Bogaerts.
It's a big reason why the Red Sox lead all of baseball as a team in 2 base hits. Steve Seashek is up in the bullpen, getting hot behind Heaney here in the 6th, and now it's Rafael Devers who's 0 for 2 so far. Heaney today, as Ohtani did yesterday, bouncing back nicely after a short start in the Bronx last time around in the rotation. Ohtani, as we know, didn't get out of the 1st, and he was great yesterday through 7. Heaney following suit. He went only 3 last time. And he's working here in the 6th inning today.
Well, he missed by a lot, and Kurt Suzuki even had a tough time catching that high fastball. And some right-handed batters coming up after Devers, more than likely last batter here for Heaney.
Missing upstairs again, 2 balls and a strike. Hunter Renfroe next. He's hitless to start the ball game as well, but he homered yesterday. Always a threat. Devers way out in front, 2-2 now.
Boy, Fletch well out in the outfield grass in right field with the shift on.
To Devers, popped him up. Lagares has a beat on it for out number 1.
That's a big out, and not only get the outs, but also you prevent Bogaerts from moving over to third base on an out. Devers with the fly out. Bogaerts unable to advance.
Here comes Joe, and he's already made his move. So as you mentioned, Gooby, with the right-handers due up, Madden goes to the bullpen. Heaney removed after 5 1/3, leading by a pair.
How the Angels got here with all the moves they made. They have
Meet Justin Upton. He's watching MLB Network.
Again, the lineup got deeper.
Because that's what baseball fans do.
They're deep. They're deep.
The All-Star Game is heading to Colorado, and we're celebrating today's biggest stars, along with the stars of tomorrow.
Get ready for the show.
Coverage begins Sunday on MLB Network.
Been a good birthday week for Shohei Ohtani. He has set a new record. Most homers in a single season by a Japanese-born player, and we're not even close to the end of it yet. We're at the halfway point, and he's already passed Hideki Matsui's 2004 mark. And Ohtani's creeping up on that career record as well. Been a big part of the 4-2 lead for the Angels here this afternoon as we welcome you back, and a pitching change for the Halos as Steve Seashek will try to come on and strand a base runner in scoring position with one gone, facing Hunter Renfroe. On for Andrew Heaney, who departs with the runner as his responsibility. And with the right-handers due up, Gooby, as you mentioned earlier, a good spot to use a guy like Seashek.
Make sure he's able to ride that fastball up and get chases with his slider well out of the strike zone.
Oh, one shattered bat roller. Seashek's got to hurry to get it over to first, and a wide throw. Everybody's safe.
He shattered his bat flying towards Seashek, but still he had some time. But an off-balance throw, you want to try to step towards the target. He had that front leg open. See there, that makes it a more difficult throw.
So that'll bring the go-ahead run to the plate in the form of Christian Arroyo. First and third with one gone. They are charging an error on that play to Seashek on the throw. And that's a foul ball, 0-1 to Arroyo, who's 1 for 2 today. Steve Seashek worked in the opener of the series on Monday. As that one misses in tight, it's a ball and a strike. Threw 10 pitches on Monday night.
Mostly a ground ball pitcher. He's had 5 double plays turned behind him this year.
Bounce back up the middle, a base hit that brings in Bogaerts to score. The run is charged to Heaney, and it's back to a 1-run ball game for 3 Angels.
Well, he gets that ground ball, but just placed perfectly by Arroyo.
Steve Seashek has now inherited 46 runners on the year, and 21 of those have come around to score, so just under 50%. Both of these runners aboard is his responsibility. Now it's Christian Vasquez, whose single back in the 5th inning snapped him out of an 0 for 9 stretch.
All 3 of these games have been tight.
2 of the best records in baseball in 1-run scores. Another bouncer up the middle. Boy, a great play by Fletch and a great turn by Iglesias. They get the double play. Oh, no, they don't. What's happening at second base? Yeah, they're calling Arroyo safe.
They're holding up right here. I don't know if they call him safe at second.
Yeah, Arroyo's not going anywhere. I'm not sure if the Red Sox are appealing this or not.
Well, they got the out at first.
Arroyo is asking for an appeal. He wants a challenge, and it looks like the Red Sox are doing just that. Everybody else comes off the field except for the guy that was called out at the bag. He's convinced he was safe.
Even a bullpen arm came running in for the bullpen. Let's see if he's able to get to the base.
Oh, that might have been a phantom. That might have been a phantom.
The only thing you'd hope is that he drag his toe on it. Didn't look like he did. Let's see right here. It's a real good view.
Looks like he got it there.
Yeah, it looked like the corner of the base maybe. There hasn't been many of those close ones go, and been reversed quite a bit lately against the Angels. Hopefully it's not the case here. Get the double play and get back to swinging the bat.
Fans are reacting to the replay on the scoreboard. It's going to be a tough one. I mean, Arroyo hadn't gone anywhere. I think when a player sells it that hard, he's usually wrong.
He's saying right away, this check that one, but did Iglesias kick the base? Getting up on a toe. I'm looking to see where Iglesias is at. He's sitting down. He thinks he's got it. Another look.
Come on, that's got to be some Havana magic there. Just too pretty to overturn.
Yeah, I think they're going to call him safe. Oh,
yeah.
Like I said, I think they're going to call him out.
Man, that's a magic you're calling.
Magic.
Yes.
Magic.
Sleight of hand, sleight of foot.
It's not just because Boll & Branch organic cotton sheets are incredibly soft. They are. And it's not just that they're free from toxins and made by people who are paid and treated fairly. That's true too. It's because home is where the magic happens. And with better sheets made in safer ways, home makes the world a better place. Boll & Branch. Right now, try for 30 nights risk-free and get free shipping at bollandbranch.com.
Nerds! Have new money goals this year? NerdWallet can help make them happen. Like getting auto insurance to match your new 0-mile commute? We have tools for that. Want to refinance your mortgage and put those savings into the college fund? We have tips for that too. Or get a low-interest credit card for your long-awaited honeymoon? We can help you find the one. Credit card, that is. Discover and compare the smartest credit cards, mortgage lenders, and more on NerdWallet. For all your money questions, turn to the nerds.
But Christian Vasquez, or rather Christian Arroyo, leaving the field finally, reluctantly, still doing so with a look on his face to indicate he thought he was safe. But the Red Sox review was not overturned. The call was upheld, and the double play ends the inning. So the Angels keep a 1-run lead. The Red Sox do rally to get one of them back, and they go to the bullpen for a guy who pitched in the opener on Monday, Hirokazu Sawamura. Get the bottom of the order here in the Angels half of the sixth. Sawamura rarely pitches on back-to-back days, but he has really been a great addition to a Red Sox bullpen that has seen massive improvement from the disappointments of 2020. Third appearance of the year for Sawamura. ERA in the mid-2s.
And he has a good fastball. He can rush it up there. 94, 98 slider, nasty split.
Yeah, you know, watching you and Darren call the game on Monday, I was waiting for him to throw the split a little bit more. He didn't really show it that much on Monday.
He was feeling good about his fastball.
Went an inning and a third through 18 pitches on Monday in that opener.
There's his fastball again, 96. When you have that reputation to have a good splitter and you're tracking lower third with it, and you're seeing that four-seamer upstairs, it becomes a tough combination for you as a hitter.
He will throw an occasional slider to right-handed batters like Ward. But a guy who throws his split almost 40% of the time didn't really show it much on Monday. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count to Ward, followed by Lagares and Rengifo in a 1-run ball game in the 6th. This has kind of been the way the whole series has gone, right?
It feels like a playoff series between these two clubs. They've had some history in the playoffs. A lot of history in the playoffs.
2-2 to Ward is bounced through the left side. A base hit for Taylor, leading things off in the 6th. Time to take a look at today's Arco top tier play, and it was the flashy double play that ended the top of the inning.
Oh, huge too, especially in a scenario where the Red Sox looked like they had some serious momentum going. They quick flip from Fletch over to Iglesias to be able to drag his toe and get the corner of the base to complete a 4-6-3 double play. What a play that was. Defense last night was a huge reason why the Angels won. Juan Lagares, maybe that double play turns out to be a big defensive play too, to be able to win this series against the Red Sox.
So important, that play, that the second baseman, as Fletch does so well, shows him the ball. So Iglesias always has an idea as the ball leads him to the bag. Little salsa dancing too there, Matty.
Oh, I love the footwork that he's got. It's fun to watch. Here's Juan Lagares now.
It's the time you have to find a way to manufacture a run. Joe Madden loves that play like it's 1985. This is one of those times maybe you have a hit and run on, doing something to put the ball on the ground and have some movement of your base runner, Taylor Ward, who runs well.
Sharply hit to shortstop. Bogarts to Arroyo. Back to Dahlbeck, the double play. 2 gone, bases empty, and time for a quick word from the Home Depot.
Lockers aren't just for the clubhouse anymore. Shop online and pick up your orders using the Home Depot's convenient order pickup lockers.
Sawamura could not have asked for a better result than a sharply hit ground ball right at a good infielder. Easy double play turn to minimize that runner. In fact, erase him altogether, and now it's Luis Rengifo with 2 gone and the bases empty. There was a nice moment, I believe it was prior to yesterday's game, between Shohei Ohtani and Hiro Sawamura, where they exchanged pleasantries. And we commented at the time that Sawamura, because he's the older player, you know, Shohei took his cap off, shook hands, and Sawamura was more like, "Yeah, what's up, bro?" It wasn't, it wasn't that kind of genuflective greeting.
He goes, "Yeah, I might be facing you." And we thought there was a chance that he would face him the other night, and then he went to the bullpen. Alex Cora brought the lefty in instead. That would have been fun to see. Possibility even this inning, if Rengifo and Fletch can get on base.
.33-year-old right-hander kicks and deals in a swing and a miss by Rengifo. It was actually Monday night. Here's the greeting we talked about. Shohei. And it's like, yeah,
good to see you.
Yeah,
I'll see you. I hope to see you on the mound sometime here.
Brah.
You know, I think that teaches us a lot about them, which is something that we all need to do a better job of. Culturally, Matt, you think? And how they see each other. And how Shohei is the one that usually starts all these encounters, going back to his first spring training, donning across the field to find other Japanese players. Just admirable.
He is the most respectful superstar that I could think of in the game right now. And there are a lot of them, by the way. He's at the top of the list. Here's the 2-2. Full count now.
He's unbelievable. Even a broken bat, he picks up the bat and gives it to Arroyo yesterday. A wild pitch in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, Vasquez, and he picks it up and gives it to the bat boy. I mean, he apologizes when somebody hits a line drive up the middle, and Austin Meadows to say, "I'm sorry, I miss a Gold Glove fielding pitcher." That's all I got to say.
Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Rengifo. Fletcher waits on deck with 2 gone. Sawamura's full count pitch fouled away. Sawamura pitched a long time in Japan. 10 seasons. And with the exception of only 1/2 a year, all that time with the Yomiuri Giants.
And known as a guy back in Japan that would come right after you. There's nothing pretty about it.
He's done that so far this inning for sure. Here's the next 3-2 pitch, and Renjifo sends a ball out to right. Renfroe's got it. Nothing comes despite a leadoff single in the home sixth. On to inning number 7, still a 1-run lead.
Nerds. Have new money goals? NerdWallet can help you find the credit card to make them happen. Want to earn enough points for a weekend of fancy camping? We have options for that. Maybe have a better credit card than your older sister. We have comparison tools for that. Or find a card that lets you donate your cash back to food banks. We have tips for that too. From low rates to the best rewards, easily discover and compare the smartest credit cards. For all your money questions, turn to the nerds.
I was born to be the next big thing. No telling where I'm going, but I'll show you what I mean. Like, na 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 na. They see me moving, but they're never gonna catch me.
Here's our ballpark view this afternoon from the T-Mobile coverage cam. Great day to be at the ballpark for sure. Having a brew, a micro brew as it were, in the stands, having ice cream. Sunsplash day, plenty of shade, plenty of sunshine, something for everybody today. And a 1-run Angels lead as we start the visitors' half of inning number 7. Steve Seashek will continue. You got the double play ball that ended the threat in the 6th inning, though a run did score. Bobby Dahlbeck leads things off in the Red Sox half of the 7th. And then it's the top of the order, Hernandez and Verdugo. You hope to only have to face their big hitting all-star trio of Martinez, Bogaerts, and Devers one more time today. 2-0. I remember speaking with Red Sox hitting coach Tim Hires about Bobby Dahlbeck earlier in the season, and he gave you the kind of obvious comp and admitted it was obvious, but he said there's a lot of young Mark McGwire in this guy, specifically how firm he stays on his front leg. Big strong guy. He's got the McGwire body for sure.
Yeah, you don't even realize how big he is. And the baseball jumps off his bat. It's not easy really to be out there in that front leg like that. Alex Rodriguez is another one of those hitters with a lot of power on the front leg.
A real similar setup too. That's a fair ball. Long throw for Renjifo. Gets it there in time.
Good footwork for Walsh at first. That's a long throw from Renjifo. Got behind and needed all that arm. About as far as you can throw as a third baseman, well behind the base. And that first out here, outs big late in the game.
Well, I was really ready for Lance Barrett, the third base umpire today, to signal that ball foul.
And once it gets by the bag, it's the third base umpire's call. In front of the bag, home plate umpire Adam Burke.
Here's Kike Hernandez now, who takes a strike. Hernandez is 0 for 2 today. He drew a walk to start the ball game, so a 6-game hitting streak on the line. Oh and 2. Angels bullpen getting hot behind Steve Seashek if needed, as Mike Myers is up. In fact, both bullpens are busy at this juncture. Mike pitched in yesterday's win. Ball and 2 strikes. And a called strike 3 taken by Kike Hernandez, who is obviously looking for something else.
He was looking off speed and got a little two-seamer and has a little rising action. Paints the outside corner. That's just a good sequence by Seashek against him.
Two gone, bases empty now for Alex Verdugo. Verdugo singled in one of the 2 fifth-inning runs for Boston that tied the game. Angels go back out on top on the back-to-back homers by Ohtani and Walsh in the bottom of the 5th inning. And then in the top of the 6th, an RBI single by Christian Arroyo tightens it back up to a 1-run game. And why not for two teams that have had success in 1-run games? They've played in a lot of them. A 1-run win for the Red Sox on Monday. And the Angels nursing a 1-run lead here this afternoon. It's kind of a modified shot out of the Green Monster, right? Coming out of left field here at Angel Stadium. Fisk waving a home run fair. A story that's been told many times. Cameraman saw a rat on the floor and stayed locked on Fisk instead of following the ball, and that kind of changed the way baseball was televised in perpetuity. Into the opposite field, well hit, chasing Goslin to the wall before he can put it away. That just kept going. A 1-2-3-7 for Seashek, however, still a 1-run lead for the Halos.
I was born to be the next big thing. No telling where I'm going, but I'll show you what I mean. Like, na 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 na. They see me moving, but they're never gonna catch me.
Mr. Smoltz, at MLB Network, you've done color commentary, game analysis, and demos. How do you juggle so many roles?
It just comes naturally, I guess.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions.
Mike Trout. People know he's one of the greatest players this game's ever seen.
Meet Mike Trout.
Can run.
He's watching MLB Network.
He's one of the nicest people you're ever going to meet.
Because that's what baseball fans do.
And he's also got tremendous show hair with his hat off.
Angels baseball on Valley Sports is brought to you by Hyundai. See your Southern California Hyundai dealer today, because the longer you look at a new Hyundai, the more there is to life. By Jack in the Box, our $6.99 triple bacon cheesy jack combo is here only at Jack in the Box. And by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. Notable birthday in baseball history today, the great Satchel Paige. Debuted as a 42-year-old after a career in the Negro Leagues. One of the all-time most quotable players, and a guy who didn't stop pitching until he was almost 60 years old. Pitched in his final game at the age of 58.
I remember Buck O'Neill having the opportunity to talk to him about Satchel, and he had so many great stories about him. Had that high leg kick, bringing it in there. Great stuff all the way till the end, his last pitch he threw in the major leagues.
Also double duty Ratcliffe. Gooby, anytime we went to Chicago, gave us some great stories about the great Satchel Paige, who in modern times, just think about this, man. He owned his own plane, Satchel Paige. Flew around the country.
I never knew that.
Yeah, made a few stops, made a lot of money in those little stops they put together in different cities. But yeah, he had a nice little Cessna back then.
The barnstorming tours,
yeah.
Right? David Fletcher leads things off in the Angels half of the 7th. A new pitcher for the Red Sox is left-hander Darwinzon Hernandez.
Well, you just love to get a couple add-on runs here. This is some stress here in a one-run game here. 7th inning bottom.
A bouncer for Bogarts, who has picked everything this week. Let's take it back to the 5th. This is when the Angels got their distance back. It was a 2-2 game till Shohei's 32nd of the year. One that has made history, passing Hideki Matsui for the most ever by a Japanese-born player. And Matsui saying this: 32 home runs in a season is just a passing point for a hitter like Shohei. He exceeds what is considered conventional for a major league player. There is no one else like him. I hope he continues his success. He carries the hopes and dreams of many fans and young children.
Yeah, it's a great compliment for Matsui. He was a great player himself, and what a gentleman he was when he got a chance to see him with the Angels. Obviously, those great years with the Yankees.
You know, ironic that Matsui was nicknamed Godzilla. And I think Shohei's bigger than Hideki Matsui.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
I don't think it's close. A few keystrokes on the old baseball reference could confirm that. 0-2 the count to Ohtani.
Well, right now, if you're a pitcher, whether you're a starter or a guy coming out of the bullpen, it's the ultimate challenge to go against Shohei Ohtani the way he's swinging the bat this year. Hernandez fastball, good one, 92-98, curveball, slider.
2-2.
And you'll see a lot of guys coming out of the bullpen amped up and overthrowing pitches.
Darwinzon Hernandez has had a lot more success this year away from Fenway Park. Just a .56 road ERA this year. 2-2. And a called strike 3 taken by Ohtani.
It looked like it painted the outside corner, 95.
Yeah.
You see his reaction. I mean, it's like facing, coming up like a Reggie Jackson type player. You're just out there on the mound. You're just everything you got. You're going out there and just amped up and throwing as hard as you can.
Here's Jared Walsh now with 2 gone.
Wait, Walsh just hit the ball hard all 3 at bats. I mean, rockets all 3 at bats. Well, then being a home run at dead center.
Finally rewarded for one of those rockets with the homer. How about another? Renfroe doesn't even bother giving it a run.
What a shot. by Walsh. 2 home runs in the game. 2 versus lefties in the game for the All-Star, giving him now 22 home runs, go along with 22 doubles and a triple this year. And that is a mammoth home run. 4 baseballs hit. You put them all combined, well over 400 miles per hour exit velocity on 4.
Watch the flip here, Gooby. Watch the flip. Got it. Yep.
Oh, that's a good one.
Flip it. Yes. Homers and back-to-back at-bats for Walsh. Padding those numbers, they're going to look real nice by the time he gets to Denver on Tuesday.
I'm just thinking about that bat flip. A Ken Griffey Jr., a Will Clark, even a Jim Edmonds back in the day.
Oh, yeah, he could flip it.
The cape going and then flipping it. I love it.
Was it the '87 World Series? Tom Lawless, who hit like a handful in his career.
Yeah, with the Cardinals against the Twins, yes.
Brett Boone could flip it pretty good for those, all those years in Seattle. That was a good one by Walsh. A ball and 2 strikes to count to Phil Goslin. What an afternoon this has turned into for Jared Walsh. 2 homers, 3 runs batted in.
I mean, that baseball is a long, long way out. And the one he hit the center field, same thing.
Sharply hit the shortstop. Bogarts has this one to retire the side. Not before Jared Walsh's 2nd homer of the afternoon can make it a 5-3 Angels lead.
How the Angels got here with all the moves they made. They have
Meet Justin Upton. He's watching MLB Network.
Again, the lineup got deeper.
Because that's what baseball fans do.
They're deep. They're deep.
Kevin Millar and Stephen Nelson promise to bring you all the fun from around the league.
Pinky promise. And you know, and these can't be broken.
Intentional Talk, only on MLB Network.
Every time he steps up to the plate, goes into his windup, or runs one down.
He caught it! Oh, you won't see a better one than that!
He competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
All right, so Joe Madden executing some changes very similar to what he did last night with the lead. But first, some perspective on Jared Walsh's All-Star appearance this year. To be drafted in the 39th round or later and get to an All-Star game is really a testament to your work ethic and your growth as a player. And for Jared Walsh, he's in good company here. 39th round, going to Denver as an All-Star. Nobody's ever going to do any better than Mike Piazza as a 62nd rounder because they don't draft that high anymore.
That's the thing. Yeah, it'll never be broken. But out early today, again, working on his defense, just getting a feel for the baseball game, just getting ready for the game coming forward against the Red Sox. Loves to get moving around, be out there on the baseball field. And even seeing and talking to him today, he's just having so much fun this season. You can see the confidence that he has right now swinging the bat. I mean, geez, I mean, every ball he's hit today has been over 100 miles per hour exit velocity. He's crushed the baseball.
Mike Myers, the new pitcher for the Angels, working to J.D. Martinez with a 2-run lead here in the 8th. We'll set the defensive changes for you in a moment. Martinez in the midst of a hitless afternoon. He has walked today. Just a 1-for-9 series for him here in Southern California. Right on the corner. 1-2. New third baseman is Jack Mayfield. Taylor Ward moves from right to left, and Luis Rengifo from third to right. That's how they realign in the 8th. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to JD Martinez. Andrew Heaney started this afternoon for the Angels. And really never got into anything close to trouble until the 5th inning. Heaney ended up going 5 1/3 today. Martinez sends a drive out the other way. Rengifo back at the wall. Oh man, it's over him. Rengifo just misplayed that. JD Martinez into third. I don't know if Louis lost that in the sun.
Well, you start the game out at third base, and then you put out in the right field. And that's just a great swing by JD Martinez back to the wall. Yeah, I think he lost it at the last second. Especially because as a right-handed batter, it's going to fade away from you. As a right fielder, you kind of try to turn your body to shade yourself from some of that sun.
That one's out to right, and that's going to drive in a run. Xander Bogaerts putting together a big afternoon as Martinez scores easily, and it's back to a 1-run game.
And these are some pretty good well-hit baseballs here, too. It's a breaking, a little cutter, I think, upstairs, and Bogaerts has stayed with it. That's 3 consecutive rockets he has hit.
And that's prompting a visit from Matt Wise as back-to-back extra base hits have put the Red Sox within a run now. Yeah, we spoke way too soon when we were talking about getting Bogaerts out of here cold. Because as soon as we said it, he was 0 for 9 in the series, and he's gone 3 for his next 3. Time for the Home Depot getting more done. The Angels have been very good in close games. Both of these teams have been really good in one-run affairs. For the Angels, 13-7 in 2-run games, 21-14. And now you got trouble stepping up to the plate in the form of Rafael Devers, who has been conspicuously quiet today, 0 for 3 after a 4 for 9 start to the series. The tying run in scoring position with nobody out. By the way, Gooby, they scored that Martinez ball a triple. That could have been done any one of a number of ways, right? Could be double an error, it could be a 3-base error, it could be a triple, and that's what the official scores landed on. And I get that. That's usually how that ball's scored, even when it's misplayed.
Yeah, especially with the sunshine in the eyes of an outfielder. But it's a play that the baseball that was hit hard by JD Martinez, but a play that Luis Rengifo will say if he sees it well, he's making that play.
JD Martinez, perennial triples threat. If you had the over a half a triple on FanDuel or DraftKings for JD Martinez this season, congratulations. Popped him up. Mayfield in pursuit.
That's a huge out. That's twice now Devers has popped up and unable to advance. Bogaerts after a double. So now, right now, if you're Mike Myers, you better vary your look back to second. Bogarts may be thinking, I'm going to try to get third on my own here with a stolen base.
Bogarts has stolen 5 bags in 6 attempts. Hunter Renfroe, the batter, he singled in his last at-bat. Part of a 1-for-3 day. Homered yesterday. Yeah, Boston just has not gone away quietly into the afternoon.
No.
Every time the Angels have repadded their lead, the Red Sox have cut back into it. Ball and no strikes. I was just handed a note from our official statistician, or our game statistician today, Brian Hagan. JD Martinez has 20 career triples.
20, huh? I think he's, what's he got? He has 3 this year. 3. Well, he got that triangle in Fenway Park too,
right,
that helps out.
Right. I know that when Max Stassi visited with Jose yesterday after his 3-hit game that was just triple shy of the cycle, he reiterated what we had mentioned, that if he was going to get the cycle with the triple yesterday, somebody was going to have to fall down. A ball and 2 strikes, a count to Renfroe.
Good
Got him.
pitch. Nasty slider. Mike Myers, keep that focus. Keep the focus here now. So often when you get those big outs and then you think, okay, the third out is right here, but you still have to make those quality pitches. Arroyo's already had a good game, 2 hits in it.
We've said this a number of times this afternoon. Biggest at bat of the game. And we'll say it again. Tying run in scoring position with 2 gone now for Christian Arroyo, who's got 2 hits today. Arroyo homered here in the opener on Monday. Oh and 1. When the Angels bat in the bottom of the 8th inning, they'll have the 6, 7, 8 part of the order. And then peering ahead to the 9th, Raisel Iglesias. And if Myers can get Arroyo here, it would be 8-9-1 for the Red Sox in their half of the 9th. 0-2.
You know what, though? That's a tough spot to get Arroyo out with a high pitch. High fastballs like that. He's on it.
Into your living room.
Oh. I'm still ducking out of the way of a line drive.
That's one less piece of equipment we'll have for the next homestand. Thing's out of commission now. It's pointing up to the sun. Ball and 2 strikes. Trying to hang on and earn a series win against the winningest team in baseball. Mike's going to the card. Remember when we were wringing our hands over mound visits? I mean, that's the next best thing. Everybody goes to the card. It's fouled off. It's still 1-2. Bogarts at second as the tying run. A Ball and 2 strikes to Christian Arroyo. Myers out of the stretch again, and that one's shot foul. Pretty nice play by that fan off the screen.
Everybody's intense in this series, even the fans.
Fans are into it. Gamed up. Xander's getting hot out there. Still the ball and 2 strikes. On a few hops for Fletch. Long throw. Got him. One in the Boston 8th. 5-4 Angels.
Hey Al, I'm just wondering, during the demo on MLB Tonight, what was that meatball you threw?
Meatball? I think you're misunderstanding. That was a hitting demonstration, and that's what I was supposed to do.
Oh, he gone, baby.
Right. I think that ball's still traveling. Any farther and you need a flight plan for it.
Next question.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions. Only on MLB Network.
How the Angels got here with all the moves they made. They have
Meet Justin Upton. He's watching MLB Network.
Again, the lineup got deeper.
Because that's what baseball fans do.
They're deep. They're deep.
Can't wait for postgame to break this one down with Angels Hall of Famer Tim Salmon. I'm Patrick O'Neill. Watching a ball hit to right field next to Kingfish is entertaining, to say the least. Tim Walsh, huge game. Ohtani doing his thing. Fletch, this is something to see here.
Top of the lineup, 6 hits. They scored all 5 runs. Some big hits at the top of the lineup, but need the bottom half to contribute here. Get that jug run. Give the Angels some a little bit of a cushion going into the 9th.
Is that when you go for the jugular? Is that what
That's
that is?
right.
All
That's
right.
a Joe Madden term, by the way.
Okay, I'm learning. All right, we'll see you after the game. Back upstairs to Matty V and Gooby.
All right, guys, a little late insurance for sure, to your point, would be something that Joe Madden certainly wouldn't pass on here. Garrett Whitlock is the new pitcher for the Red Sox, working in the bottom half of the 8th inning. And Jose Iglesias, the first to face him, almost got clipped with that fastball.
Yeah, just another power arm out of the bullpen. That's almost mandatory to be thrown 93 to 98. Curveball, slider, changeup. Whitlock.
One of a couple of rookies in the Boston bullpen. There's a strike to Iglesias, and it's 1-1.
Backup slider.
3 balls and a strike. You know, the way this game started, I didn't know if we were going to see a hard hit ball today. There were 12 hits through the first 3+ innings in this game, and 9 of them were dumpy little flares.
That changed a little bit.
It really did change.
And all of a sudden, it's like, uh-oh.
And a swing and a miss by Iglesias on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Time for our Carl's Cam replay. This is how we got to a 5-4 lead this afternoon. Some of the flares early on. Phil Goslin, Fletch.
Keeping that hit streak going now at 21, and then Shohei Ohtani with a rocket after he hit a foul ball off his knee. hits a home run, and then back-to-back at bats for Walsh. Home runs, giving him 22 on the season for the All-Star.
Here's Kurt Suzuki now with one away. Probably say this about a lot of players who drive in 3 or more in a game, as it's 0-2 on Suzuki. There's been a lot of foul balls in that corner, by the way. Keep score of such things, because those tickets should be more coveted next homestand.
I agree.
When Jared Walsh has a 3 or more RBI game, and he had done it 7 times before today, the Angels are 6-1. I think most impressively on his 2 homers today, you made this point earlier too, Gooby, his last 3 home runs now have come against southpaws.
Hard throwing, nasty southpaws.
And a called strike 3 taken by Suzuki. Back-to-back strikeouts for Garrett Whitlock, and there were 2 gone in the 8th.
Boy, brings back a 2-seamer. That's a little bit off the plate though at 97. It's one of those ones though, as a hitter you just try to protect and foul that off.
Taylor Ward with 2 gone and the bases empty, and Whitlock starts him with a strike. They're coming right after people with fastballs here. Two.
He's feeling pretty good with his fastball. Even on an 0-2 count, nearly 70% of the time he'll come back with another fastball against a right-handed batter.
Raisel Iglesias is up and ready to try to close this thing down in the 9th. And he'll have that opportunity sooner rather than later. A very impressive inning in relief from Garrett Whitlock. Iglesias tries to save it in the 9th.
Meet Justin Upton. He's watching MLB Network.
Again, the lineup got deeper.
Because that's what baseball fans do.
They're deep. They're deep.
Oh boy, Denver, Mile High, physics. Do you even know what happened to a baseball when you pack a bunch of all-stars into Coors Field?
Sir?
You got All Rise, El Nino, Vladdy Jr., Les Jr., Mookie, Ronald and Freddie Show, Ohtani. I bet even those TV guys want to take some hacks for this one. Look, the scoreboard guy is going to get a workout, and I am here for that.
Going back to our Hyundai key for the game today. Just what I needed. Some singles early on, and then the power bats. Shohei Ohtani and then Jared Walsh with 2 home runs, giving the Angels a chance to win this series, with Raisel Iglesias on there to preserve a 1-run lead here in the 9th inning.
Iglesias saved yesterday's win, his 17th of the year, and he did so against a different part of the lineup than he'll face today. Yesterday he had to get Bogarts, Devers, and Renfroe. Renfroe actually touched him up for a 2-out homer. And here this afternoon, It's going to be Vasquez, Dahlbeck, and Hernandez. The 8, 9, then top of the order part of the batting order for Alex Cora. See, Iglesias' season splits by month. Since May 1, he has been really good. Only one blown save and an opponent's OPS under 600. So here's Christian Vasquez. The Boston catcher has a single on his line today. Again, Vasquez, Dahlbeck, and Hernandez. Iglesias underway with strike one.
Has the ability to use 3 different pitches in this spot.
We've seen 2 of them. Started him with a changeup for a strike, then a slider that misses. Maybe keeps that big heater in his pocket until a 2-strike count.
Oh, drop down fastball.
Was it a fastball that he got hurt on yesterday? He dropped down, I know, on the home run.
And it drifted out up and out over the plate for an 0-2 home run.
Iglesias threw only 13 pitches yesterday in recording the save, and now it's still a 1-2 count rather to Christian Vasquez. Hey, a quick reminder, the MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to the stadium. Buy and manage game tickets, redeem offers, access exclusive content, and more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. A ball and 2 strikes. Not the kind of margin for error this afternoon for Iglesias as he had to work with yesterday. It was a 3-run game when he came out to save it in the 9th, so the solo shot, not a big deal. Fastball upstairs to get the strikeout. 1 away in the 9th.
That was great pitching by Iglesias. He threw a perfect slider that somehow Vasquez was able to foul off by throwing his bat at it. And then a fastball. And then this time he rides the fastball above the strike zone. Vasquez cannot bring his hands up to make contact. First out on a strikeout for Iglesias.
One gone for Bobby Dahlbeck. Dahlbeck hit one of the hardest balls of the afternoon back in the 5th. It hit the base of the wall in left, and he was satisfied with a single to drive in a run on that. But it was a ball off the bat that we thought had a chance to go.
Yes. Straight away with a 390 sign in left center.
A ball and a strike. The count to the Red Sox first baseman, batting with 1 away and the base is empty. Two one.
He's got a chance to make him chase a slider now.
What do you think? Chase a slider or elevated fastball? What's the best weapon?
I still think go down and away just off the plate with a slider. He's showing it hard fastball there at 96. He fouled it off. He was out in front. It's going in. Changeup.
Oh, got him with it. What a pitch.
Dahlbeck not real happy with that one. Alex Cora the same. That get the lower part of the strike zone. Let's see, what a gutsy pitch. Changeup. That was Kurt Suzuki getting that call. That was just a little bit below the strike zone. Oh, by the way, that's a strong man making that gesture. Wow. Alex Cora saying that ball is down.
Red Sox are down to their final out this afternoon. Kike Hernandez, the batter, 6-game hitting streak on the line. Hitless today, 0 for 3. Has not faced Iglesias in the series, and on the first pitch, he pops it up. That'll get back out of play. Iglesias trying to hang on and put the Angels 2 games over 500. Trying to polish off a terrific homestand. Angels are 2 strikes away from a 5-1 stand. And 2.
And this is the time. Expand. Make them chase.
A ball and 2 strikes. They swept the Orioles. Dropped the opener. A tough 1-run affair on Monday. Bounced back with a win yesterday. And they finished the series with a win this afternoon. Save number 18 for Iglesias. He finishes the 9th in each of the wins against the Red Sox. And the Angels have taken 2 out of 3 from the team with the most wins in the game.
Man, that's an impressive win. I mean, Raisel Iglesias has been put in some stressful situation, and he has been one of the best pitchers in the game. You mentioned numbers 18, saves, the power, swings today. Jared Walsh with 2 home runs. Shohei Ohtani with a home run, and the singles early on. The key, you win the game like this, that is so impressive for the Halos to be able to win this series against Boston.
Angels and Red Sox season series is complete. They split 6 games down the middle, and it couldn't have been any tighter along the way. 4 of the 6 decided by just 1 run in just under 3 hours in front of a nice Wednesday afternoon crowd. The Angels are winners today.
A couple walk-off wins in this homestand too, and then some stress here against the Red Sox.
Boy, this afternoon began with nothing but flares and Texas leaguers, and then the power bats decided to show up. Shohei Ohtani with a record-setting homer, most ever by a Japanese-born player when he hit his 32nd. And then Jared Walsh cashed in with not 1, but 2. 3 straight homers against left-handers. Walsh has 22 on the year, polishing up that resume real nice to get to Denver as an all-star in less than a week. Take your pick for player of the game today, and one of the outstanding performers, the guy who hit 2 homers, is standing by with Jose.
Here's our Toyota player of the game, Jared Walsh, the all-star. Congratulations on that. But talk about your ball club first. And in 10 series, outstanding homestand for this ball club. What does it all mean the way you guys are playing right now?
Yeah, I want to go get on a roll before the All-Star break, get some momentum for the second half. Iglesias shutting the door every night is awesome to watch, so really good series win.
Talk about early in the game, hitting the ball and barreling up so nicely, not getting the results. What's the mentality going into the following at-bats?
Just keep finding the barrel. Teammates are finding a lot of holes, which is a good thing, so never get too worried about it.
How about the work defensively? I know you got a nice workout, sprinting and stretching over first base, and the job they do in the infield for you.
Yeah, unbelievable. It's a blast getting to play with Fletch and Iggy and these guys, so really cool.
Now to the crowd, those watching, those that are here, you are an all-star. What do you like to say to them?
Thank you guys for supporting us on a daily basis. We appreciate it. Way to bring the energy. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, my goodness. What a great feeling. 39th round, all-star. Yes, 3 more games in Seattle, heading to the All-Star game. Angels Live is coming up. Patrick O'Neill, Tim Salmon, Mark Gubiza, Mavis Gerchen, yours truly, all here to break it all down. Not forgetting about the Angels taking care of business here against the Red Sox with a big power, yes, and a few bloops. It all worked out perfectly as we go down now to Angels Live right after this.